Yeah! Like it says, I'm Chillmonger. Who's that?
What is up? What is up? It's been a while. It's been, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, we got to reintroduce ourselves.
Oh, it's been like 2 weeks. That is Chillmonger, Planet Fanatics. I think people thought we were arguing.
Nope.
Had
Some
people
other things unrelated to YouTube Chillmonger content. The real person just couldn't make it. That's all.
Yeah. Life keeps lifing. Man, I got hit with some life stuff this week that it's just like, Lord have mercy. When's the break? Shit. But yeah. And then obviously during our time away, there has been some things to discuss. Some seemingly some BP news that I have been tagged in relentlessly. You're muted. I can't hear you. You're muted.
I said thank you for tagging us, even though this is a non-story, but we do appreciate keeping us in the know, or at least valuing our opinions to DM us and tell us the big things.
Definitely, for sure. So there's been some Black Panther news. There's been some. Sorry, I actually got back from the dentist maybe about an hour ago, so this entire side of my face is numb. So they're still, doing that root canal. Sucks. Black Panther news. Some Avengers Doomsday news, some Netflix Stranger Thing news, James Gunn, Paramount, will he be here? WB news. And then whatever else happens to come up while we're discussing. Today's kind of just a flyby. Welcome back. Sorry, we're unprepared type of stream.
100%. Yeah. Well, we could start off with some positivity, man. How about this? Does this cheer you up? Because Christopher Evans is officially a dad. So while we were out busy, he was out busy too, and had a new child. Did you have a new child in the last few weeks? No, I did not. But he did.
First
time. So now when they're on the red carpet, they can ask, who's the best daddy in Marvel? He can say, it's me. You see that interview?
Did he do a father interview?
The Fantastic Four cast was asked, who's the daddy of the Marvel? And they were like, oh, we got a few, man. We got this guy. Who else is that? Daddy or Zaddy? I forget which one it was. Yeah, I'm referencing something I don't even remember the full explanation of.
They said Chris Evans was?
Yeah, Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby were asked.
Oh, I'm shocked they didn't say Robert.
Are they allowed to say Chadwick Boseman, or is that like not against the rules?
I don't think they can even utter his name. I don't think it's allowed. When's the last time Marvel themselves have said Chadwick Boseman?
When? It was when they said, we will not recast the character.
His portrayal of T'Challa the Black Panther is iconic and transcends any iteration of the character in any other medium from Marvel's past. And it's for that reason that we will not recast the character.
And until I hear a concrete 180 from that position, then we'll get to it though. Who's in the comments? East Bay, Stamina, Profess, the film fan, Lawrence, Andre Ware is here, Groovy Fee is here, Ether, Real Music 90 is here, and so is Wolverine, Solid X.
Yeah. Appreciate all you guys being here. Appreciate it. Have you ever had to go to the dentist and for a root canal or anything?
I've gone to the dentist before. Yeah, it's a pain, right? And then when they numb you, you don't feel anything. You feel nice, and then hour after hour, you start going, ooh.
Well, okay, so yeah, just really quick before we get into everything, so they're doing this root canal, and obviously it's done in stages or whatever. I have good teeth. My teeth are white. They're great teeth, healthy, whatever. This one, I'm so mad at myself that I let this happen. So I guess I have something called a hot tooth, where it means it takes a lot of numbing medication for me to get numb.
Whoa.
So on top of the 3 shots they had to give me in my gums, I had to get a shot today inside of the nerve of, well, this is the second shot inside the nerve of the tooth I've had to get. Like, she had to put the needle in the nerve of my tooth. Bro, that's probably top worst pain I've ever experienced in my life.
Interesting. That part of your body can cause so much pain.
Yeah, I about was in tears. I was like, oh my God, that shit is awful. So yeah, root canal. Never again will this ever happen again. I was like asking, I was like, okay, so what do I need to go get to take home to prevent anything like this from ever happening again?
Yeah, prevention. That's what we're on right now. Advocating for teeth brushing. Make sure you floss every now and again. Some mouthwash wouldn't hurt. Keep it in the car. Yeah.
Yeah. So never again, though. Never again.
All right, let's get into some more dark stuff, because I know this has been popping on everyone's feed, and it's the AI Tupac, Martin Luther King stuff. OpenAI now blocks more MLK Jr. videos on Sora after disrespectful depictions. So first of all, wow, a censorship kind of policy that I agree with. I usually don't. I'm all for the free world. Everyone can do what they got to do, but I think we can all agree when someone has died, using AI to make them say something that they didn't say, even if it's for jokes. Sometimes it's actually, seriously, he did say this in the 60s. You see, you believe it now? It's a good policy. I'm all for it. What do you think?
I completely agree. First of all, I stood with his daughter, Bernice. I think it's Bernice King. I stood with his daughter when she scolded Sexy Red for what she did, when she made that AI generated image of her and Martin Luther King for, I think it was some event. I don't know. But she's got scolded for that. And I agree. I mean, we shouldn't. First of all, we talked about this AI stuff the last time with Tupac and Biggie and Michael and all them. It's weird. There's still Michael videos going up. And the weird thing about it is people that don't know certain things, like, for example, somebody retweeted one of the Michael videos and was like, when did this happen? I didn't even know he talked about this. I'm like, people were commenting like, no, brother, this is not real. This is AI. This is blah, blah. So it's dangerous. It's a dangerous thing. Some of them are funny.
Yes.
But it is dangerous.
I'm okay with losing out on laughter for the level of too far that this is. That's not even a word. The level of too far. These extents, it's fine. We got it. So it's up to OpenAI. It's up to Sora and all the other companies I don't know that exist. Twitter even, to start going, okay, well, we Twitter does ban some things, or same with Facebook, even though it's like the free press, free speech. I mean, freedom of speech, but they still ban some things. I think let's start with dead people, and then we can work up to, okay, is it okay to do this for politicians? Like, if someone's running for office, should we have a uniform rule against running for office? But since we're getting political, for the sake of free speech, I don't think it's up to the government to say, okay, AI is only allowed on dead people, or no longer allowed on dead people, or AI is no longer allowed for. I think leave it up to the platforms. And so long as like Twitter, YouTube, and what they always censor stuff. When it comes to when COVID-19 was happening and there was that injection that they wanted to label as, well, this is misinformation if you say the wrong thing. They had censorship there and policies there. Just do the same thing when it comes to dead people. That's where I'm starting the negotiations at. Dead people being depicted as AI to say things that they didn't actually say. I think it's up to the platforms. Government will get there, but like, we don't want 50 and 60 and 7-year-olds. You see them at the hearings, right? When they're trying to grill a Congress and they're saying, does Wi-Fi connect to the internet? Like, they're not the right people. Like, they're when those millennial generation starts becoming the Congress and Senate and everything else, maybe then we can trust them to get it right on censorship if they're not being paid by censorship or the big tech companies. That's my political take on this one. I think it's worthy of mentioning politics here.
I agree. Also, it's not even just some of the celebrity videos, just AI videos in general. I posted something on my Instagram story the other day, and I had to ask, is this real or is this fake? I don't know. Some of them look extremely real.
Now let me ask, how many of the Martin Luther King ones did you watch before you were like, oh, I can't support this. I can't give it watch time. It'll help it get more reach, right? I can't. I watched this one when he was a pro wrestler about talking about the dream is dead. Or
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't seen really any of them outside of what's one that I've seen of him. More on my timeline is Tupac, Biggie, Michael.
Robin Williams.
I have not seen a Robin Williams one.
Well, his daughter said to tell the fans to stop sending me AI videos of my dad. It's gross and not what he'd want.
Yeah, I saw when she said that, and I agreed with her. Then it's weird. It's people are weird. Like again, the relationship that the public thinks that they have with celebrities is so weird. It's weird. It's weird. So anybody that was doing that to her, you're a fucking weirdo.
Taking it too far. Oh, what was she supposed to say? Oh, that's funny. Oh, it's one thing to make the video, right? You know, we can argue if you're being heartless or not, but then you're like, you know, who would like to see this? Robin Williams still has family who's alive. Let me just go up. Boom. What?
Yeah, it's like I don't know if you remember when people were making their Instagram pictures come to life, like they were making pictures of their loved ones that had passed come to life. Like the picture would like hug. Okay, so there was a picture of me and my dad. Yeah, picture of me and my dad that one of my cousins brought to life. My dad passed, and he's hugging me. Weird. Like when she sent that to me, I was like, first of all, it made me emotional, and I was like, I personally don't want you to do another one of these. I prefer that you don't bring a picture of my dad to life. It's just weird. So if I'm doing that with my dad, I can only imagine how, you know, I mean, that's her dad too, but it's a celebrity. You know, having random people send you that. Was a family member that sent me that, and it was still weird.
I mean, nothing's customary. We're in uncharted waters right now, so we don't know. Nothing's been shamed yet. Maybe there'll be a term for it. Cyber affection. You're into cyber affection? That's not right. You know, maybe we need to create a word for it, stigmatize it, and then more people will know, okay, I guess that's not what we do. I can also see why they would think, oh, yeah, the father hugging the son. Son might like this, right? But I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, nah, don't do that.
Chat, is anyone okay with that example, the hug example? Just say 1 if you're okay with it. Say 2 if you're not okay with that. Good for blocking them. I like AI comedy, but I don't like using dead celebrities. That's what I mean. We'll start our negotiations at dead people, and then we'll get to the guys who are alive. The AI has to stop. AI is already putting people out of jobs. Amazon just laid off thousands. Platforms need compelling to do the right thing because most often traffic is a net positive for them. However much trouble it causes elsewhere for others.
Yeah.
Need to do the right thing. I understood, yeah. It's about upholding the integrity and memory of our icons and ancestors. So I asked people who's okay with it. 1 if you're okay with it. And we get 2s. Okay.
Yeah. Move, T'Challa.
Move, or you will be moved.
Yeah, move, or you will be moved. You see his black ass right there?
In the next story, we take it to the Hollywood Reporter, who's got an advertisement for Hulu that I can't X, or I just scroll down. Horror comic is Something is Killing the Children. We all heard about this. James Tynion IV, a former Batman writer. Then he makes his own independent. This horror comic, Something's Killing the Children, which is successful, is getting movie and series adaptations in Blumhouse deal. Is it Blumhouse or Blumhouse?
It's Blumhouse.
Thank you. The title by the writer James Tynion IV and artist Werther Del Idri is the biggest horror comic since The Walking Dead. And that is true. But it's also, I would like to see sales data or something that, don't tell me it was the biggest since Walking Dead. Give me a number so I can quantify it, please and thank you, if they have that available. But this is going to be adapted. Have you ever heard of Something is Killing the Children from your non-comic book store, regular general guy? Have you heard of Something's Killing the Children?
I have not. I'm interested. Anytime you got horror and children, it's interesting.
It's horror. You got it. And you'll like it, man. The coming to the top of multi-company bidding war, Blumhouse, the prolific horror-centric banner behind Black Phone 2 and the upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's 2, they've snagged the rights to Something's Killing the Children, the popular Boom Studios comic. The title has enjoyed Hollywood's attention since its debut in 2019 and has previously been in development as a live-action series. Blumhouse plans on actually doing both big screen and small screen takes. I want to pause it just before I forget. 2019 is also when he was starting to write the Batman series, okay? So he used his celebrity as, oh, look, I'm the Batman writer. And with that status, people go, hey, the Batman writer is also doing an independent. And it resulted in sales, and it was successful, thankfully, because it was good. It maintained the readership. But it wouldn't have gotten big and it wouldn't have popped off if he hadn't been the Batman writer, which is the top writing job in comic books. And I bring it back to Black Panther T'Challa and why we never have top writers writing his comic book. And that's why it doesn't bring an audience with him. It's usually some unknown guy or someone who's like been in the comic industry for 3 years or less. And they go, let's make him or her the Black Panther writer and see what happens. Let's get James Tynion the fourth and write Black Panther to see what happens then. Okay. For this pickup, Lionsgate circled the rights while Netflix also chased. The latter's involvement was somewhat ironic, as Sixth Sea was previously set up at the streamer as a series. Netflix passed on it at the end of 2024 after opting not to move forward following extensive development with both Mike Flanagan as well as Baron Bo Odar and Jonte Fries, the showrunners behind thriller series Dark. This time Netflix is, you know what, I'm reading too much. We get the point, right? Like, I don't know who these guys' names are, and it's really irrelevant to me. But that's the news story. I thought comic books are being adapted. As the guy who got into this space, 2018, reading comic books on Marvel Unlimited, all I cared about was the big franchises, the Marvel stuff. I kind of can see the pathway how you can have an independent comic get adapted or picked up by Netflix, Lionsgate, Blumhouse, and then it can result in a popularity. So, like, I want the same for a black character, positive representation, and I'm going to keep talking about Ianu, and I'll keep telling you about who's another black character that's popular. What's up, Mike? Isom is another black character who's popular, right, Mike? Me and Mike have been staying up all night watching baseball. Fucking Blue Jays Dodgers. Are you watching that?
No, I've heard about it. Not a baseball fan, but of course, in the sports world, I have heard about it.
My God. And then see people like, it's the best game that's ever happened. And I'm like, really? We lost.
On the sports related, I will say this has been the funnest opening of the NBA season I think I've had in a long time. It's been fun. I feel like competitive. I feel like a lot of these niggas are hooping like the rent is due. Like they're out here like it's refreshing because the NBA has not felt this way for me personally in a minute. So it's been fun. Like I'm even watching games or paying attention to games that I wouldn't normally pay attention to because it feels like the NBA is back.
Yeah, I mean, especially because you took a year off last year where you weren't really focusing that much.
Yeah. So it's been fun. It's been watching. I need Aisha to get on more podcasts because Steph is hooping, bruh. Steph is hooping. He is hooping. So make that nigga mad.
Is it because some of the stars are not there? Like there's a solid 6-7 guys with an Achilles injury right now.
Maybe. That might have some. There are people that are stepping up. Like, well, first of all, I want to give hats off to like
Derek White.
Cinema Critic just said, or whoever just said Wembley's or Professor Film Fan.
Wembley.
Oh my God! When I tell you, I had no idea that. Now that's an example of I used my off season. I worked because he looks so, bro. How old is Wemby? Like what? 20, 21?
Yeah.
Imagine where he will be 3 off seasons from now if he continues that to maintain that handle at that height.
Yeah.
Are you, bruh? That is a dream. It's who said it's like Paul Pierce said because I was watching Starting 5 on Netflix. Great. It's been great. It's been fucking great.
Amazing. I always like Jaylen Brown. I love him now.
I like, and you know what? Even more so for I agree with you on Jaylen Brown. Even more so on Halliburton too. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I was like, you know what? I actually really like.
He is a pro wrestling character. You just don't know it.
I like him a lot. I like him a lot. His energy, his attitude. He doesn't, even when he's down, that nigga's happy. He's like, so I just like his attitude. But I think Paul Pierce said Wemby's like they literally took him to build a player. Like he's built in a factory. Like they took Kevin Durant, said we need this exact thing, taller, better handles. You know, not to say he doesn't have better handles than KD now, but I guarantee you, what is this for KD? This is going into his 16th year, I think. Higher than that? I forget what he said it was going into. But imagine where Wemby would be going into that year with the consistency. If he keeps up with that consistency, it's crazy. It's crazy.
KD was from the 07 draft, I think, with Greg Oden. So 07, 2025, that's got to be 18 years?
Yeah,
19 years?
18.
That's a lot.
Yeah, impressive. I'm having fun.
And Victor Wembanyama's not going to go 18 years. I mean, let me not put that out there. But taller, you know what I mean? The joints, just for your own health and preservation. I don't know if he does what LeBron does and he still plays when he's 40.
Yeah. I mean, I was a Cooper Flag fan before Dallas. But that motherfucker's hooping too. He is hooping too.
That owner is going to trade him because she wants to move the team to Las Vegas.
They want to. Okay, so I've heard about that stuff. Moving the Mavericks to Vegas.
Yeah.
Dallas, would Dallas even let that happen? As far as like, because Cuban doesn't own them.
He has ownership in it, but like 70% is Miriam Adelson.
Oh wow.
Donald Trump's highest donor, she gave him like $200 million because her husband was rich and owned a casino, and she just has money like that.
They'd be dumb to get rid of Flag after getting rid of Luka.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get rid of Flag.
How's our non-basketball fans enjoying that talk? We alienated you. Don't worry, guys. We got Black Panther stuff coming. Let me close that tab and close the Canva templates tag. You want to go to Star Wars?
Yeah, we can go Star Wars.
What was the Star Wars story you had? Because I'm just going to play Star Wars Meg like we always do. What's up, Blue?
Wait, did I have a Star Wars story? What's up?
I thought you might have. Kennedy, George Lucas, what was it?
No, we talked about it with on Thursday with everybody. That was it. Kennedy, Lucas.
All right, then let's go over to our favorite galactic hostess.
I'm sorry. I guess you could say that there's a little bit more. I guess I was watching Josh, and he said that just more has been pushed on Iger. More that we didn't know. I guess really they're just really putting everything right now on Iger. And I don't know. I don't know.
That's got to be reverse psychology or some strategic reason why it's not Iger who decided to close Clone Wars and or
that's the one for me. That's the one for me. I just don't believe that particular. I don't believe the Son of Dathomir Clone Wars art came across his desk and he said, "Nah, I don't want to do that." Like, what logical reason would Bob Iger have to say no to those 4 episodes?
Now, I can believe that the cruise or the decision for the theme parks to include more of the sequel stuff than the old stuff, you could maybe make me believe that, but I don't believe that it was Kennedy fighting and saying, no, we need to have Luke, Chewbacca, and some of the old guys in that theme park, and we need to theme it to the old. Like, I actually do see Kathleen Kennedy saying, yeah, new stuff. So
that part too, where he was talking about the theme parks.
He has the power, but there's just too much Kennedy stuff. And there's quotes Kennedy has given us that just make me go, no, it's her with the leadership. She's done so much bad things. Rian Johnson gets a new trilogy like the week before Last Jedi comes out. He's just did such a great job. We believe in him. And that trilogy is not happening, right? Yeah.
And I've always been perplexed with why they went with Batuu at Disneyland. Like, I mean, even when I finally do get to go, regardless if I'm on Batuu, I'm in Maz Kanata's, whatever, I'm going to be a little kid. But it's just the fact I'm like, Batuu, out of all the places, Batuu? But maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I don't believe that was Iger's thing either. I think it was also Kathy that was like going with the new stuff.
Yeah. I don't think Iger knew where Mandalore was. He may
Right.
not still know what Mandalore is. He's like, don't you mean Mandalorian? Like, he may not know exactly. Or Kathleen Kennedy. I don't think both of them knew what Mandalore was before Jon Favreau pitched it.
No. Lucas would have had to mention that, and I doubt that was mentioned.
Didn't. We got Kevin Davis in the building. The fake account who's going to write something will shoot it down, and then he'll leave and never write something again. He says, Star fan base is majority white folks. They don't want to see diversity and inclusion at all. Storytelling wouldn't change anything at all. That is the company policy over there at Lucasfilm at Disney, and Kevin Davis is Disney operated.
Well, per usual, Kevin. One thing I do like about you is that you are consistent. You are wrong again. Wrong again. The story, changing the story would most definitely change things, but I'll leave it there.
Let's get to people we care about. Dwayne says, what's happening? Hey, Xavier says, I think there's plenty of blame to throw around at Disney. I think they're shifting some of the hate off of Kathleen Kennedy. But why would like Josh be an arm of that mission? Like, I don't get that part. Oh, maybe Josh has a source who wants to make that the message out there. So like Kathleen Kennedy's like, yo, can we talk to these effing YouTubers here? Source, go tell all these other guys. And maybe Theory also has another guy like that he's just not paying attention to, because Theory might be better at vetting. No, I don't know. I'm just making huge assumptions. It almost seems like a PR stunt with KK currently. Thank you for your contributions to the stream, Tony. We're now going to jump off to the Acolyte stuff, that the theory, because in that illustration of the Acolyte, some stuff came out.
Right? They're still talking about Acolyte?
Meg is. She made a little theory.
Of sorts. The reason Darth Plagueis was probably interested in him is he was mimicking the Sith, the true Sith, Darth Tenebrous and Darth Plagueis. There is also the possibility that Chimera's Darth Venomous may be one of Tenebrous's secret apprentices, and just like in Legends, maybe if there were to be a season 2, Plagueis would kill Chimera. And separately, my friends, an idea which Leslie Headland was trying to explore further is the notion that Chimera, the Stranger, was the first Knight of Ren. The original...
That is the theory. That this is going to connect back to the Knights of Ren, and there was a female character in a comic, which you'll read later in this video, a name like Tyrene. She said it earlier, Tyrena, and they're like, that is the student of that character that you saw there. The Kylo Ren, the Knights of Ren stems to the Acolyte, and that was the plan in season 2. Your thoughts?
I didn't see this video, but I did see the report on Twitter where they said that he was an original Knight of Ren, and I read that and I kept scrolling.
Right. But we got like time to fill, so Meg, take it away.
Of the philosophy of the shadow, that's what they call it, and their perspective of the dark side of the Force might have originated with Chimera and his apprentice, Osha, and with that as the foundation, we can go into today's theory. Much further down the timeline, in the Legacy of Vader comics, set between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, Kylo Ren, who is no longer with the Knights, encounters their new leader, a woman called Tava Ren. Now, I've been covering every single issue of this.
Say again?
Oh, I thought I was muted. I was saying what she was saying.
Tava Ren.
Comic run, and today we're going to be looking at the latest issue, one which expands who this woman was. She's a bold and brash Force user who calls herself the heir to the dark shadow. And
this is the first non-stick with...
If that wasn't 50 seconds, I would have watched the 15-second just for it.
Someone who was once a mercenary, studying the dark side of the Force, and was attracted to the Ren philosophy before she became the new leader of the Knights. She resonates with her understanding of the dark side. But one of the most fascinating things about Tava is her belief in the power of 2. She believes the power of the shadow is stronger with 2 instead of 1, which is why she tries to entice Kylo. Is she emulating a belief which originated with the first Ren? Now, given the new revelations in recent weeks and months, and given how Chimera and Osha were about to start a relationship, at least according to hints given by Leslie Headland, I wonder if they had children, because the
Yes. First of all, I hate this guy's been oppressing me, trying to kill me. We had lightsaber fights, but there's a romance between the two of us, not the messages we send to our girls. Or our women who are in their 30s coming out of a divorce. No one will like me, so I'll settle for this guy who puts hands on me, tries to kill me every now and again, but we do like each other. Let's not put that out in the ether, okay? But that's the theory, that maybe that this is the offspring of that love of that relationship there. I like the character of Tavaren and everything that was explained about her characteristics and the introduction to her just in that video. And someone who has the lightsaber around that era of Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker in that sequel era, that's always going to be appreciated by me, a bad guy. So I think I'm okay, just not with the lineage to the Acolyte. And even if it is, so what? I think I'm mostly okay with Tavaren.
And this is happening. This is something that's like I'm assuming taking place, or is this just a theory that Meg has?
The theory is that, yeah, she's related to Osha and my boy, Smilo Ren.
I don't know. I'm trying to muster up the give a fuck about this one because it is connected to the Acolyte. It is connected to I forget about these characters until they get randomly brought back up every now and then, like with the rumors of, oh, wait a minute, we might be getting season 2. And I'm like, wait, where is this stuff coming from? Why are people still having theories and questions about Acolyte?
Because people like say who's related to who.
It is. Is it canon?
Is any comic book canon, or the Acolyte canon? You mean?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay, because I'm like, wait. Okay, so then even more so, why are we? Because I'm like, what the? I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I hated the Knights of Ren were so much cooler in theory and in comics than what they did with them in the movies, especially when we actually finally saw them fight in the third one, and then they were all getting hit with like one move and dead. Yeah, so they were so much cooler then. I just and I hate to be a pessimist about this, but anything that just relates to their Star Wars that they've done, I just don't care.
Blue's House. I saw that rumor. Doesn't necessarily add up with the comics, but also the Knights of Ren are trash. Kyle killed them hella easy. F them.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. Pretty bad.
They weren't like, oh, what does this mean to the franchise? Like, what about the spin-off comic that can come off of it? No, we need him to kill the Knights of Ren in Rise of Skywalker. All right, that's what happened.
It's like you build them up though in The Force Awakens, and even I remember even the promotion leading up to The Force Awakens. Built them up hella dope, all this kind of stuff. And then we don't see them fight in Force Awakens, which was cool. I was like, hey, I let a lot of shit slide in The Force Awakens because it was like, hey, we're back. It's a little repetitive, but fuck it, we're back. And you got 8. They still didn't fight. Then in 9, like Blue said, they got beat with like some like by him like bucking at him. I was like, the fuck is going on?
KJ says that books tend to be better than live action in general. I would agree with that. Like, a book might be better. I'm not even that I agree with it. Everyone's gonna have preferences, but I'm a canon guy, and so like they can do many things in the book. Until Black Chrysanthemum was in the Book of Boba Fett, I didn't care. Until they actualized him, I don't care. Adapt him, I should say. Adapt him. Acolyte was the secret invasion of Star Wars.
Ooh, boom. There it is. That's kind of true. That is kind of true.
I didn't watch enough. Moving to another franchise. Let's go to DC. So I've been reading and seeing, well, with the sale of Warner Brothers, it means that James Gunn is going to go. I've seen many thumbnails and titles saying James Gunn getting fired, question mark, which I hate. Don't do that. You can't always do that. Sometimes you can do it like if there's genuinely a question, but don't make the statement and then question mark. Oh, you're not really saying it. So anyways, YouTube gripes aside, I don't think there's any validity to the James Gunn getting fired because Warner Brothers is going to sell. You want stability. There's a reason why KK is still there for so long, so that it doesn't look like they are out of control. Stability is the answer to that. And he did fine with Superman. Merchandise sold and stuff, and they're getting a sequel. He did fine. He did way better. He didn't do poor, but he did fine.
Yeah, I don't think James is getting fired. I feel like some of the language, some of the things he's been saying in some of these interviews, I feel like let me put it this way. I don't think James is going to get fired anytime soon. Do I think James's job is possibly on the chopping block? Yes. Does he think? I think he thinks that too, because one, I mean, I'm looking at it from a political standpoint. You've got the Trump administration that is pushing heavy for Paramount, the Ellisons, who backed Trump, to purchase Warner Brothers. Now, it's not as if James Gunn has come out and given his political standpoint, but I would like to think we all do know what his political standpoint is. I would like to think we all do know that he does not really care for the Orange Man. And if that is true, and some of the messaging that he did indeed put in Superman that I, was like, oh, I'm not going in there for that. I'm going there for the fun. I mean, I do acknowledge the things that were put in there. In the time of No Kings, where he is trying to, or we're not trying to, even though Kimmel is back, we are seeing him actively, trying to censor people. I mean, anyway, I just put that together with it. And then also, not that Superman didn't do a good job or anything like that, but how do we also know that the Ellisons aren't coming in like just wanting to completely redo it all? Yeah, Superman was great. You had your time, James. Hey, what's his name? Batman 2, Matt Reeves. Deuces, my guy. We're gutting the entire DC thing and we are redoing it from the way that we want to. I mean, could I don't know if I could personally handle another DC reboot, but I don't know. And the way he's been talking too, and some of these YouTube podcast interviews he's doing, especially like that one I sent in the DMs where he was like, we'll see. A lot of things really depend on that, or whatever the wording was he used. But do I think that he is, like a lot of these other people think that he is going somewhere? No, not anytime soon.
Let me find the video.
You've referenced things like Peacemaker Season 2 and Lanterns setting up different threads and arcs. How far do these arcs go? Like, do they culminate in Man of Tomorrow, or can we expect them to go further than that?
Yes, they definitely go significantly further than Man of Tomorrow.
Okay.
So now, whether or not that'll be me that's able to fulfill that promise depends on a lot of things in life. But yeah,
absolutely. So one thing I've been
whether I can fulfill the promise? Does he have job uncertainty? Or is he just doesn't want to, because he announced things in the past. Remember Gods and Monsters Chapter 1? Maybe that's what he's trying to say.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, but it's some of the things that we've constantly talked about when we talk about DC. I've heard other creators talking about it, in the wake of this whole, is he or is he not getting fired? But it goes back to, again, conversations we've had here and conversations we've also had on Pantheon with Josh and Marcus. First impressions, not only first impressions, but you have gods at your fingertips and you choose Clayface. You choose the Authority. You choose
even Supergirl. You can question Supergirl.
Yeah, Supergirl is questionable. You choose Sergeant Rock. You chose Peacemaker. You're actively bringing up Batmite several times in interviews while not talking about the Flash, not talking about Wonder Woman, iffy on Brave and the Bold. I mean, that to me, if I'm the Ellisons, if I'm, I'm telling them, hey, brother, you better stop talking so much about these Z characters because we're trying to make money. We bought this company to make money. I'm not an Ellison fan, but we bought this company to make money. So if we bought this company to make money, you're losing us money talking about Clayface. You're losing us money talking about, no offense to Viola Davis, talking about Waller. You're losing us, money talking about these characters that people...
Booster Gold.
Yes, I mean, come on. I'm not saying that we don't need to eventually see Waller, see Booster Gold. But to me, if you're trying to rejuvenate the DCU, you need to start with the heavy hitters, the things that are going to get people some money and asses in seats. I know people keep combating me about Clayface because, horror films are on the rise and, it's going to be rated R and it's coming out around Halloween. I don't think that means a fucking thing. I don't care what any of you say. I don't think that means a fucking thing. Horror films are on the rise this October. Where are we going to be next October? The coming October. How do we know horror films or people are still going to be all about that? Not only that, I don't know. Tina made a very good point in one of her videos that she just did where she talked about, the Black Panther stuff, and she talked about Wakanda and Gotham. And she said, Wakanda is like Gotham. There are people that have, that are just interested in Gotham. Hell, like she said, I'm using her words. They did a whole ass Gotham series where Batman didn't show up one time. So then again, on that hand, maybe they don't see Clayface. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But I know that when you're talking about Clayface, then you talk about Sergeant Rock, and in the same interview you talk about Peacemaker, and you ain't brought up nobody from the league. That's a problem. It's a problem.
Mm-hmm. I agree with the obscure characters holding Gunn's attention. His contract not being renewed is a different thing from being terminated. Yeah. Do we know the length of his contract when he started? Probably either 3 years or 5 years or something in that neighborhood. So he got hired in 2022 when Black Adam came out. 2022. It's been 3 years in 2025. Yeah, it's been 3 years. So maybe it's a 5-year deal. He'll be up in 2 years. This is why there should be multiple directors tackling the DCU. There will be. I think that's the plan.
Yeah, I just don't think Supergirl is that good idea either. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not going to go watch Supergirl because I am, but and I'm not one of these people, so don't hit me with the misogynistic stuff or anything like that. But we are just at a time where people are really getting sick of girl boss movies. Girl boss this, girl boss that, girl boss, coming in and saving the day, beating. I mean, I'm not one of those people that don't like badass female superheroes. I do. but that is one of the conversations on the table when it comes to, just the lineup of things again.
Yeah, and you reminded me, I was gonna say people don't like the horror or like the horror movies now, but they won't like it in a year from now. Actually, let's go the opposite. People really like horror movies, and there's a big appetite for horror movies. And next Halloween, there's going to be so much competition for Clayface from the very people you're trying to reach. But those people, they don't want to experiment. I wonder what the superhero genre could do with horror. They'd rather watch Halloween 6 or, Saw
17.
You feel me? Like that, maybe that will hurt them. Yes, of course, there's an interest in horror. But on Halloween, those horror franchises aren't going to move. They never move anyways. But they're not going to move because, the comic book franchise are doing something, especially with the smaller budget. Clayface is not going to cost the 200, 300 million that Superman costed. Clayface is going to cost something, I think it was 40 million, something healthy, something manageable.
Yeah.
And you can expect an equal marketing budget also. So that's that. Chainsaw Man was really good. They had a female character that loved BOMB, but was written well. I don't know what that means.
I don't know anything about Chainsaw Man.
I know it's a manga anime. So
I do know that. I know that.
I saw Blue post something. They said anime isn't coming, it's here. Like K-pop Demon Hunter, Attack on Titan, and it's coming to the movie theaters too. It's like successful and stuff. So get used to it. The Netflix One Piece. There's so many examples of anime right now killing it live action that it's like water the plants. Studios got to take action, which some did. Who did the Naruto? The guy from Shang-Chi, the director of Brand New Day, is doing Naruto. He's contracted. We'll wait for that to happen, but I can't wait for that, man. I can't wait for that to have a movie every year like Harry Potter. Like, I want that. Maybe that'll make you'll start watching. If Naruto has a good trailer, you think that you'd give it a shot?
Maybe. I don't know.
No one's talking. The inner monologues aren't happening.
I don't know.
I think he has a story to tell, regardless of the characters involved. Could be a grand slam, or could be a base hit. Crazy thing is, we didn't say that about Feige and Marvel with C-list characters. But these guys are not C-list characters, though. Clayface is not C-list. Supergirl, you could say is C. You could say B, even. But
yeah, I think also too, one of the differences in Feige and James Gunn is Feige didn't have all the pieces to the puzzle to play with. James Gunn has no excuse.
There it is.
Kevin Feige at the time, because we know during filming that Iron Man, during filming of Iron Man, the original post-credit scene that we didn't get to see that they released, that was released from the vault like 3-4 years ago or whatever, had the X-Men mentioned, had Spider-Man mentioned, had the Fantastic, but they couldn't do that because they didn't own them. So Feige arguably would have used those characters day damn one had he had them. Yeah. James Gunn doesn't have an excuse. Yeah, you have no excuse.
Apologize, Blue. Feige did. Feige put it in the post-credit scene. They just couldn't use it. Not just the girl boss issue, but also excluding Black Love. Yeah, but you don't make enough money grifting on that, bro. Girl boss, red eyes, circle on top. It's an anime like Demon Slayer. Yeah, K-pop Demon Hunter, all the demons. You guys know Sinners is coming back to IMAX. We actually did that Thursday. No, so yeah, that's the thing. And did I share a screen to show the Nielsen because you brought up Peacemaker? And during the week of September 22 and September 28, this would be episode 6 maybe of Peacemaker. It didn't do the charting. It didn't have 428 or more millions of hours watched by people. Still waiting for that finale, which was like an hour long, and so there was more minutes to watch, and maybe people who were waiting for the finale before they can start so they could binge it, maybe they'll appear, and then everyone gets to be happy and say it charted. You see, it charted. That's why it's chart. Which again, for the millionth time, so what? It's in competition with shows that put the full seasons on, or shows on streaming services with double the subscribers like Netflix. So charting, really? Anyways, once Feige gets the pieces, he still is hitting you with Eternals, Shang-Chi, and Moon Knight. You know what, Blue?
Not wrong.
I'm on your team now.
Been accused of that, but I still am going to give a rebuttal to that because I've accused him of doing that. But again, the rebuttal is the difference is from James Gunn and Kevin Feige is Kevin Feige was in the middle of a story being told to just enter to. I mean, I've seen moments where the X-Men could have come in. Clearly, they didn't. I've seen moments where Fantastic Four could have come in. Clearly, they did not. Let Mark Ruffalo tell it. They still don't own the Hulk. So, I mean, there was a story already being told there. James Gunn literally has zero excuse, bro. You have every character that you could want outside of the complications with Static Shock. You have every character that you could want right there, and you get to tell whatever story you want to tell. So it's not as if you're starting the story and then later on some deals are being made. And it's like, oh, well, now I've got the Flash because some contracts have come through. And, oh, now I've got Wonder Woman. Because no, you have them now, but you did season 2 of Peacemaker. You have them now, but you're talking about Clayface. You have them now, but in podcast, you're discussing Batmite. So for me, I don't give him a pass when it comes to that, and I can't even compare him to Kevin Feige when it comes to that, because unlike Feige, he has the pieces.
But
I'm not like shielding Feige either, because I accuse that motherfucker of the stuff that he does too, but they're in different places.
Kevin Feige in 2019, I guess Black Widow was contracted and it was meant to happen, but since it was a flashback movie, so I can't say, well, he had plans, that's why the X-Men couldn't appear. Deadpool came out, like announced in 2022, and Deadpool and Wolverine, and that was X-Men, and it wasn't in the cards, but Bob Chapek was like, no, you're going to do that movie. So there was times where the X-Men was factored in, you feel me? Like, Fantastic Four did get factored in. It took maybe 4 years since 2019. But 2019 was a great period. Not to mention there was like a lockdown and no movies could come out. So they had an extra year to plan and redirect. 2019 was a great time to go, we can include the X-Men, maybe have an Elseworld X-Men movie featuring the old James Marsden Cyclops, the old, Beast, just see what they were up to, so that when they cross over with the people in Secret Wars and Doomsday, we'll be like more familiar with them. If you really wanted to, like, it's just that easy. It was printing money. I would have done an X-Men movie by year 2023 if I got the rights in 2019, and I was like at phase one. Let me use a better word. At the beginning of a brand new, builds to an Avengers film. They had the crossroads there. They could have, and he didn't. He chose not to. He wasn't locked up in a plan aside from Black Widow. Like, he didn't sign anyone to Thunderbolts yet. He could have done it, but he chose Thunderbolts and Brave New World. You know what I mean? And TV shows, She-Hulk, Moon Knight. He chose that instead of an Avengers Academy or X-Men Academy.
Mm-hmm.
There are more characters at DC than Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman.
Listen,
yeah, there are more characters, but those are the big ones, and you should definitely start off with them to ensure the success of the future smaller characters.
I don't even know why we sitting here playing this game like, okay, we just watched a dying DC universe. And not even talking as a nerd, not even talking as a casual, from a business standpoint, from a money-making standpoint, do you think if we're sitting at a long table and we all got briefcases, suit and ties on, and you come to me from a business money-making standpoint with Peacemaker, when we have Wonder Woman, Batman, I don't care if there's other characters there, we'll get to them. These are the money-making characters. These are the characters that people know about. These are the characters that casuals know about. Look what Peacemaker did from a money-making standpoint, that doesn't even make sense.
Doctor Strange wouldn't have made $600 million in its movie if Marvel wasn't popping and crazy like that. Same with Black Panther grossing what it did. Same with, let's use Mr. Terrific for an example. You tell me I'm going to make a Mr. Terrific movie. You tell me that last year before I saw this movie, I go, what? That's not going to make much money. You tell me that today, it'll make a little bit more money than I thought. If Mr. Terrific keeps appearing in other guys' movies and building his stock and being more familiar with the general people and they like him and he's got more scenes like he had in Superman, one day Mr. Terrific does become that, let's pay to watch his movie. It's building. And he started by including them in Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Justice League.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah, I wonder who like the supporting character of fame will be during Wonder Woman and Batman.
He talking about Batman still 4 years from now.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what the Ellisons are thinking. I don't know if here's the thing too. It's kind of like what I was just saying about from a money-making standpoint. The Ellisons could probably give a flying fuck about DC. How do we even know that they're even Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman? How do we know that they're even fans like that? They may not even be fans like that, but they know that they know those names through the zeitgeist, pop culture zeitgeist. They know those names. So knowing those names, they're probably like, oh no, these names I know make money. Who is Sergeant Rock? Why are we doing this character?
There's two Green Lanterns.
Yeah, I'm talking about from a money-making standpoint. It just doesn't make sense to take a dying studio, or not studio, a dying IP, and then say, well, let's take that dying IP and, I don't know, kill it more by not doing characters that make sense. I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me.
Keeping it DC, Lanterns is described as being as much of a buddy cop show as a superhero show. Our show is in a lot of ways about replacement. Ooh, when should someone step aside? And when is it time for the next person to take the reins? Sounds like he's about to die.
This is another one I need to see. Another one that I need to see. As much as I liked Superman, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I don't think that the rest of this shit is kind of shaky right now. Just what's on the table. Lanterns, like you said, should be the Lanterns. I think we should see Kilowog. I think we should see a lot of the others. I mean, I think it should be... These baby steps were taken. I understand John's just becoming John here. You know, he's going to be likely getting the ring from blanking on names. Yeah, but likely be getting the ring. So I get all that. The baby steps. I'm just, it's, we'll see, man. We will see. And like I said, judging from the verbiage he's using, he's saying the same shit. We'll see.
Yep. So we'll move on to something else on the docket, which is something strange. Some Stranger Things. That series finale will be officially released in over 350 theaters in the U.S. on December 31. And I applaud this. Sitting ovation. Why not, bro? Why not make some money? The movie theaters will like it because, you know, they'll get a cut out of whatever ticket sales it is. It's going to be on is it on a Friday, Saturday? It was December 31. Let me check that. I hope that it's a weekday that's not a weekend. Yeah, the 31st is just on a freaking Wednesday. Awesome. Income, you know, we all like the movie theaters. We need them to get some change. Some people will enjoy going and seeing this with their friends instead of watching it on Netflix at home. It's going to be 2 hours long, right? This is just a win. This is awesome.
Yeah. Big Stranger Things fan. I cannot wait for this season. They haven't even given us a trailer yet for this season. I'm waiting for this season. I think that this is a brilliant idea to do the finale in theaters because it's building. First of all, they're not losing anything. They're not gaining anything. Well, they would be gaining money, revenue, but they're not losing anything from putting this in theaters or anything like that.
No one's like, oh, I don't need to subscribe to Netflix because this week I can watch it on theaters.
Right. So I think, and two, you're building a fun fan experience for people too. To where we can all experience. I mean, because it's not like we all don't experience it together online when we're watching it together in our homes, but now we're going to be all in the same place watching whatever happens in this crazy 2-hour finale. So yeah,
more shows. Walking Dead should have done this. Breaking Bad should have done it too.
Agreed. I'll be there for this one.
The quote says, "Getting to see it on the big screen with incredible sound, picture, and a room full of fans feels like the perfect way to celebrate the end of this adventure." Yeah, you make an event out of it, a little bit of change in your pocket. It's just, I can't see any drawbacks to it. It's happening on a Wednesday, so it's not really competing with like a Friday movie, Saturday movie. It's, Christmas time, December 31. Like there's actually a dead period for movies. Let me be better about that. Mid-December, the 20th, like the week before Christmas, a hot movie will come out, like Lion King or something, Star Wars. But like from then until March, you really don't get big movies. So a December 31st one-day event, why not?
Yeah. Why not?
Ooh, Eugene says I'll be there. Okay. Jujutsu Kaisen, Avatar 3, Stranger Things, all in December. Oh, that Avatar. Yeah. For sure, no downside, win-win. That's right. Just like the win-win when we see...
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And everything.
We step up in the building. Andre puts $5 up. If y'all were in charge of the DCU, what would your movie slate look like? Mr. Terrific, Static, Vixen, then Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Yeah, we wouldn't make much money, but I'd get them out.
My first movie would be a Justice League movie. It wouldn't even be, yep, I'm going, because, I mean, how long are we going to pretend like people don't know that all these guys eventually become a team? Why do we need to go through 5 separate movies? At the end of each movie, somebody comes up and says, hey, I'm putting together a team. No, first movie, Justice League, boom. We're off to the races. After that, I would give everybody a little individual movie to build to the next big movie. But the first movie is Justice League.
Well, you're not a Power Ranger fan. I'll use the Avengers. Okay. All the Avengers assembled, and there was a circle shot in New York in 2012. And because I went, well, yeah, he was in the Thor movie. That's Thor. That's Hulk, who had his own movie. That's Iron Man. Oh, they're together. That adds to it. That's why.
It does add to it. I get all that. But again, like I said, my formula is that we're starting with the League. You know, boom, 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 boom. Then we'll get our all individual movies. Not to say that some of these people aren't going to show up in those individual movies, but they'll be individual movies. That's going to build to a much even bigger event than what that Justice League movie was. You'll still get to see all those guys, you know, back in an ensemble. But like I said, I just don't like the whole taking 10 years to get to the ensemble.
Well, in my DCU, since this is my real answer, that was a joke answer. I would make sure that the fans know we're building to Justice League and know that it's happening probably by the 3rd or 4th movie. Or, yeah, 4th movie, I would say. We're building to Justice League, guys. So first is going to be, you know what I mean, Superman, and then Batman, and then Wonder Woman. And in those 3 movies, you would have the lesser characters, like Martian Manhunter, you know, people to fill out the League. And I would fill out the League with the 7 characters that they had from the cartoon when we were younger, that Dwayne McDuffie was behind. I'd be like, yo, why fight it? People know that these guys as the Justice League, right? Maybe add Aquaman, just 8 members, maybe. Yeah.
Start it. Have some I don't know, some either flashback or kind of know the way they start House of Dragon season 1, where they're talking about Jaehaerys and they show him and him going through the decision of Rhaenys or Viserys. Kind of do something like that with Wonder Woman's voice, talking about, I don't know, something that they had, a big fight not with each other, but a big battle they had with, let's be generic, Darkseid. And we see kind of like the Zack Snyder flashback type deal where they're fighting, but instead of the old gods, it's the League fighting Darkseid. But then it's like, and now I'm afraid we face a bigger threat. Then it goes into the dun 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 of the music and bro, fuck, put me behind the camera. Put me behind the camera. Let me map out DC for the next 10 years. And I promise you it'll be successful.
Skip to the good stuff, and we'll
Skip
do the
to the good stuff.
Darius is not a Power Rangers fan is disappointing. I was going to bring up Forever Red, where all these Red Rangers had a season, and they're friends? What?
Henry gets mad at me about that one, too. Henry's a Power Ranger kid.
Yeah. And Perp also said that it's going to be in theaters. She's talking about Stranger Things for 2 days. Yeah. I'm sure it'll make some good money, some really good money.
Oh, but it's only 2 days?
It only needs to be 2 days.
Well, I'll make sure I get there then. I bet you the theaters are going to be packed. Stranger Things has been on since 2016. It's going on 10 years. So that's a lot of fans.
They'll do press and stuff. People will know. And after the first week, if someone really wanted to watch Stranger Things, they'll watch it at home on Netflix. So yeah, it really doesn't need more than 2 days, I think.
And that trailer, once we get that trailer, I wonder if they're going to do advanced ticket sales, because getting one, because I'm about to say, trying to get one at the door, once that trailer drops, the hype for this is going to skyrocket.
And you can increase the theater showing. So if I'm the theater downtown and I go, whoa, we sold out and we were only going to show it in 2 of our auditoriums. Now we're going to show it in 3 or 4 because we sold out. So yeah, you always have to do pre-sales.
Yeah.
Okay. So Darius wants the Snyder universe. That's exactly what he said. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I was a Snyder Universe fan.
Yeah. But I'm also realistic, and I can accept that someone new is in charge. He's not going to eat against Snyder. And
No.
even if Warner Brothers sells to Netflix, which I can't believe that's on the table, right? Because it was restore the Snyderverse, sell it to Netflix, sell DC to Netflix. Warner Brothers is going to Netflix. Whoever made that hashtag lucked out. You know what?
The
Respect to the
Snyderverse
fan
is
base.
never coming back.
Respect to the fan base. Respect to consistency. And, all they're doing is... No, never mind. Not all they're doing is asking. There's some more than just asking. A little bit of problems that we've seen in that fan base. But for the ones who are just asking, respect to them.
My biggest regret is we don't get to see them fight Darkseid. We don't get to see that. Not just Darkseid. Granny. We didn't get to see Martian Manhunter. We didn't get, mind you, the picture of John Stewart that has gone around. Well, not recently, but went around from Zack Snyder's universe. That was taken with an iPhone in Zack Snyder's garage. Okay, Zack Snyder had the sauce. He knew what he was doing. I wish he could have finished his shit, but I'm also not one of the people like clinging on to the Snyderverse. It was fun. I thought it was good. Some of it, especially that 4-hour cut. That shit's great.
Why did Hunter Iggy not call you Darius? He called you Planet Fanatics. Did you see what Bloomberg said about Paramount? WBD merger? It say that the Paramount will keep both creative teams from both studios.
Wow.
Okay. Lots of spelling mistakes there, Hunter Iggy, but sure. Thank you for that. You real person.
Yes. If they're keeping everybody, like I said, I'm not one that's saying I want James Gunn anyway. I like Superman. Just because I say the things I've said about James, and I mean them. I think it's dumb to be talking about Sergeant Rock, but I like James Gunn. Number one, I think James Gunn is a good director, and I think he, I don't like the things that are too James Gunn, but I like James Gunn. I think he's a good director, and I like Superman. And I think that he hasn't even really been given the chance to show us what he can do with an entire cinematic universe. I think a lot of people are just basing their, again, I like Josh over at Dinner Nerds, but Josh has an imaginary vendetta, or not vendetta, an imaginary feud going on with James Gunn. James, I'm sure, does not remember those 4 words he said to Josh 4 years ago. Josh is the only one continuing that on. No,
4 years ago?
On Twitter, Josh said something about him, and then James retweeted and said something about you. Did you?
He said that's not true.
Basement? Yeah, Josh said that he heard that it was James Gunn's decision, that James Gunn didn't like Henry Cavill. And and James quote retweeted and said something about him saying it from his basement. So I think a lot of these people, like Josh, just have a disdain for James Gunn personally, and they're letting their personal feelings for James Gunn spill into, oh, he's not a good CEO, he's not a good president, he's not a good director. We haven't even seen that, bro. We haven't seen that he can't build a cinematic universe. He's done one film.
Peacemaker was good.
Yeah, I mean, for the Peacemaker fans out there, yeah. But he's done one movie, so I'm not about to throw James out like that. He needs to stop talking about all these Z-list characters, but I'm not throwing James out like that.
Mm-hmm. What did I just read? Snyder fell off. This one from Profess. He says that a live-action version of Justice League War would be cool. I watched that animated movie. Just my worry, don't adapt something that happens so recent. Take some old stuff, something from the 80s, 70s, maybe even 90s, if that's considered old now. It's 30 years ago. Just so that you have room to adapt things in the future. I don't want to one day adapt something that happens in a comic book from the 2010s and then be like, well, now we're going to adapt the storyline from 1980. But we already said this thing that was established, so now we're going backwards. In my head, at least, I think you should try to do things in order that they released comic book wise, so it's seamless. That's what I think. Yeah, less contradictions and stuff. We'll be like, well, we're adapting a story that has Jason Todd as Robin. and then we'll do a movie that happened when Dick Grayson was Robin. What? Wait, we can't. You'll make changes. You won't be honoring the source material. So Stamina says 2026 will be timely reprieve from his vibe and a diversifying of styles. I like Gunn, but I'd like Gunn a bit more. I'd like to miss him a little more than I can currently. Josh feels got hurt bad.
No, bad.
Don't
bad.
project.
I think so too. I mean, I don't know if you've watched Josh talk about James. It's funny. At first it was funny, but now it's getting to the point where it's like, you just personally don't like James Gunn, so just say that. Even though he has said, I don't like that motherfucker. He has said those exact words verbatim, but it's like, stop trying to twist it in with like some business metric where it's like, oh, see, this is why, and this is that. No, Josh, you just don't like him because he hurt your feelings on Twitter 4 years ago. And I guarantee you, James does not remember that. I promise you he doesn't.
I kind of think Josh from Den of Nerds, and I'm not specifically him, but anyone kind of with a million subs, guys like that matter. Brandon Davis from FaZe Hero. Some of those guys do matter more now than they did 5 years ago, even.
What do you mean?
I think they seek them. I think guys like Straw Hat Goofy. I think there's just content creators now, Matt Ramos from Soups. I think they matter more now. I don't think, maybe at the time he was getting the new job, James Gunn was like, oh, I'm going to shoot down this guy in his basement. But now he's like, oh, wait, no, this is actually a dude let me be nice to him. He's like Comics Explained. He's like, he's one of the guys.
Maybe. But but see, with James, I don't know if I can say that with James, only because James goes at everybody on Twitter. If you say something wrong, he'll
Grace Randolph.
He'll Grace or Brandon B. Avery when he went at him.
Well, I missed that one. What did he say? Just My Opinion Reviews, Brandon Avery?
Just My Opinion Reviews? No. Wrong one. It's another B. Avery. He's one of the scooper guys. I follow him on Twitter. He said something, I guess, forgot exactly what it was. Was it about the Batman? Might have been something. I think it was something about Robert Pattinson's Batman. He said something about it. James Gunn came out and said that's a lie and scolded him on Twitter for it, just for it to come out later in the trades that it wasn't a lie. So just James has gone at people all the time on Twitter. So I don't know that I can attribute that to James as much, just because it's like, I just think Josh is running with this one. And the reason, if I was Josh, I'm not gonna lie, I would too. If I had
you wouldn't.
If I exchanged words with James Gunn like that, I would try to bring it up every time I could to get clout, because when he does those James Gunn streams, look at the numbers on those lives compared to the numbers on his other lives. People want to hear him hate so they can people like drama, people love discourse. So yeah, I would
want you for what they want you for. And when our thumbnail and title has this guy, then we got 61 viewers watching us at the same time, featuring guys like Super Kit Kat saying, Damson's T'Challa. I really wonder if he'll be in Black Panther 3. So yeah, the audience comes for, we know that. That's our James Gunn when we talk about recasts.
Well, yes, I guess you could honestly say that, because that is Josh's thing. So he eats it up. And I mean, hell, if I'm getting 13K watching me scream at the camera and say James Gunn's a motherfucker, fuck him, duh, while at the same time all these super chats are rolling into my right, I would be just as theatrical. I promise you I would. So hats off. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yep. Chat GPT, what has James Gunn done wrong recently? Well, James actually did this. Something you brought up earlier, I thought about, was like you said how he politically leans. And it was people who were more Trumpy who dug up his old tweets, which eventually got him fired for like a year. So we know how he leans. So the Ellisons may not like that. That adds to that. But that would be the DC stuff for today. Moving on to Marvel Cinematic Universe. We are on a website. Oh, we're on Geeks and Gamers website. Speaking of right wing, why are we on Geeks and Gamers?
I know. Shockingly, this is coming from Geeks and Gamers, a website I never look at, but they seem to have some scoop, which I don't believe, but have some scoop that none of the Disney Plus Marvel, so none of the Phase 4 or 5 characters are going to be in Doomsday. The fuck? That's a lie. But they go on here with some in the article with like sources and things like that and blah blah blah. I just don't believe this, and the reason I don't, because what? Why would we go the entire? That's 5 years we've gone groaning and complaining and all this kind of stuff, and Marvel has not given a shit about the groaning and complaining that we've done. No, I mean, these characters are going to be in I don't know about all of them, but some of these people are in Avengers 5 and 6 or 6 and 7.
It's a rumor that Nerdrotic reports. He doesn't have a track record, does he? Like, we can't say he lies, because I don't hear rumors from Nerdrotics.
No, and here's the thing too on Nerdrotics, being the reporter on this. They were also some of the channels that were constantly shitting on phases for Captain Marvel, She-Hulk. Remember their stream on Ironheart, Black Girl Magic. That was their coined phrase during that stream. These are the same racist. Never mind. Let me not go on. That's not why we're here. We're not here to talk about those channels, but they are the ones that are reporting this.
The tweet says, there's no She-Hulk in Avengers Doomsday. There's no Brie Larson Captain Marvel in Avengers Doomsday. That's his report. The more here. The Doomsday trailer is done, Nerdrotic said. It's long. It will focus on Doom, showing how he's a bigger threat than Thanos. I was told it could be attached to Avatar. You're really going out there on a limb. No Captain Marvel, no She-Hulk, no Ironheart. I was also told no one who hasn't appeared in an MCU film will be in Doomsday. In other words, Marvel TV and Disney Plus characters will not be in it. Okay, and we'll see if you're right or wrong, and then we'll have a track record.
Wrong. That's, to me, that's again some hate stuff. Wrong. There's no way that. Okay, here's a better example here. This tweet just came out. I think I bookmarked it, or I liked it at least. Hold on.
You like these Nerdrotic tweets? Yo, I think we're losing him, bro.
Oh, no, not Nerdrotic. This is not from Nerdrotic. Here it is here. Michael Waldron revealed that he and Jeff Loveness, now, before I even say this, remember, before Kang got taken off the table, they were going to be the 3 different teams, the rumored that come out that the 3 different teams were going to go be fighting the 3 different Kangs. You had the Cosmic team that was going to go fight. I think it was Scarlet Centurion. I think you had the fight Immortus. Then you had another team that was supposed to go fight the main Kang. Then you had the Young Avengers that were going to go fight a younger version of Kang. So put that pin in that to this. Michael Waldron reveals that he and Jeff Loveness pitched an idea to have the Young Avengers defeating a Kang variant in Avengers Kang Dynasty. They were so stoked about it, only to discover that that particular Kang carried a little card that said to be patient with him. Where did the rest of that go? Hold on.
I'll find it. Steve says to go spend $10 at your LCS, your local comic shop, to cleanse your click history. There's a new comic that came out called Temporal, which I saw on the shelf, and I decided to pick it up, called Temporal by Stephanie Phillips. So there, Stephanie Williams, excuse me, my bad, wrong Stephanie. So check out her little independent, Mad Cave Studios that are behind it. They published this. If you are interested in a Black-owned IP and you want it to be the next something is killing the children. Give it a shot if you're interested. LCS, $10.
Why did I bring up? What were we talking about?
We were talking about James Gunn. No.
Oh yeah. So anyway, the character showing up, blah 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 blah. If that was the pitch, and we know that even in that concept art that leaked, some of these characters were in there, including some of the Young Avengers, then these characters are going to be in Avengers 6 and 7. Or is it 5 and 6? The next two Avengers films. They're going to be there. And from my understanding, from what we know about Vision Quest, I know a lot of people don't like spoilers, so I'm not going to go into the spoilers for Vision Quest or any of the things that's going to. I will say this, though, about it. It's not spoiler related. Vision Quest is a lot more important than I think people are thinking it is going to be at the moment. Not only that, the way that Vision Quest ends is a direct into Doomsday. That's all I'll say. I won't give any other things that I've heard about it because I know not everybody likes that shit.
Maybe the ending or the final scene does. But I think I heard Kevin Feige. We saw in the interview he did with the secret closed door interview. He said TV shows are going to keep the TV and not going to mix with the movies, right? That's not what he said? Or he said after Vision Quest.
Yeah, after. Because the director or showrunner of Vision Quest said that the finale is something that, I'm not talking verbatim here, but something that has been a part of his Marvel dreams, or something about biggest Marvel dreams ever, or something like that. So I'm not saying she's in it, but she's definitely going to be the draw for more people, because this comes out right before Doomsday. So this comes out, let's see, Doomsday comes out in December, so it'll be 9 weeks. So it comes out probably sometime in October to drop off and lead us into Doomsday. This is the way that they know. Man, I'm trying to do this without. So remember last week or so when Marvel Studios randomly dropped that 35-second video of Wanda and Wiccan, and it was like this kind of music behind them with some dialogue from their shows. Yeah, they dropped this thing. People were like, why the fuck? Because they're getting you ready for Vision Quest. She's not in all 9 episodes. I don't even really know if she's in the last part of Vision Quest that leads you into Doomsday. But she's a huge part of Doomsday, regardless of what Elizabeth Olsen and the rest of people have said. She's a huge part of Doomsday and a huge part of Secret Wars. Not only that, her family is a huge part of this too. Remember, I've always said when talking about Doomsday, especially when those first leaks and things were coming out, one of the subplot stories going on within the overall story is Children's Crusade. It'll be a very makeshift version of it, but Children's Crusade. And that starts in Vision Quest.
She probably is going to do what happened with the Marvels or Captain. So Brie Larson was never on set at Ms. Marvel, but she was on the final scene because while she was shooting for the movie, they said, here, we're going to use it. Same with Scarlet Witch. Same with Wanda. They'll just go, yo, you're here. You're shooting Doomsday. Let's just film your scene. This will be on Vision Quest. We don't got to pay for a set or for anything, and it'll just lead into the movie. And that's the continuity and cost cutting that I just admire and think they should do more of. It just takes planning. I don't know what you mean by you have a link. I don't know what that means. The Informant Media wants a link. And WZ says, hear me out, Chill. Remake the Titanic all black cast. No, because it wouldn't launch a black franchise. And then it would also take the actors away from other roles that they could possibly be doing that could become the next big thing. So no to that. And then Dre becomes a member for 5 months. Appreciate you, Dre. I have not watched you in a week, but I appreciate you. Thank you. Does Wonder Man have anything to do with this vision at all in the MCU?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, more than we think.
Vision. This vision. Okay.
Yeah, with Vision. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, he's not in Vision Quest or anything like that, but yeah. They're building that whole thing because right now we don't even, so what we know about White Vision is he does have the memories of Vision, but he is not Vision. He is a completely different Vision. So he's still trying to figure out who he is with juggling these memories. So the feelings that Vision had for Wanda, Vision now may not have for Wanda.
Yeah, like Gamora and Peter Quill.
Right. So now usher in Wonder Man.
Oh, you
and
wanted
your
the list.
whole West Coast Avengers thing that's been discussed for quite some time now.
I think Brand New Day will move. People talking about letting Brand New Day move. They let Chill out the ghoul log. Pelican Bay Chillmonger. What does Kamikaze mean? What the hell did I say right now? That is, I need to go to jail. Why do people think still race bending is a good idea? Oh, according to the comic, Wonder Man and Vision are friends, and Wonder Man has powers before he became an actor. I only pushed back on it because I was like, "What? Marvel's Vision?" But yeah, you put the capital V. You were talking about Vision.
Well,
I understand now.
And also, again, these are kind of little spoilers here, but also, it's in Marvel. It's in comics, I believe, that Vision, some of Vision's brain wavelengths or something like that were given to Simon Williams or something like that. I know that they're doing somewhat the same thing in the MCU with Vision and Wonder Man. There was something that just recently came out. I'm sorry, I've been paying attention, but I also have not. Something recently just leaked with Sword and Simon Williams and Vision, that while they had Vision, the brainwave links or whatever they have, I guess it's gonna play a part in Wonder Man. I'm sorry, I'm kind of juggled. I gotta find that exact leak and see what they were talking about.
Spider-Man, Brand New Day, won't be getting an IMAX release according to the planned 2026 schedule. Things can change. I'm pretty sure it will change. What's coming out? They've unveiled its plans. According to IMAX's own investor presentation, the film slated for IMAX release next year are Mercy, The Bride, Project Hill, all these movies. Spider-Man Brand New Day will be released on July 31, which means it's coming right in the middle of a pretty crowded IMAX seasons. Live-action Moana and The Odyssey are arriving July 10 and July 17, respectively. It really makes sense then that the Marvel's Phase 6 movie might not get an IMAX release. So Christopher Nolan, yeah, he can bully July 17 and that week up until the 24th. And then he can bully a second week up until the 31st. And then he'll get, after 2 weeks, then, the IMAX will return or will give to Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's how it was for Superman when Fantastic Four was coming out 2 weeks later. I don't think that's a problem.
No. I don't think so.
You got 2 weekends to watch a Christopher Nolan IMAX movie. And then it'll go to Spider-Man's turn. Oppenheimer had 3 weeks. Oppenheimer didn't have Spider-Man behind it. Superman had IMAX, though, over Fantastic Four. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Fantastic Four had the premium screens. Superman had it on July 10 up until July 25 when it was Fantastic Four's turn. And then he's IMAX's poster child. Then why was Oppenheimer only the IMAX movie for 3 weeks then? He can be the poster child all he wants. He only got 3 weeks. When Cinerules was out, it was scheduled to only get 2 weeks until whatever the next movie was in May. Lilo and Stitch, I think. It's always 2 weeks. And Oppenheimer was 3 weeks. It's a July heavy blockbuster schedule. So I don't think this means anything. If maybe that forces, if Nolan has to get 3 weeks and it forces Spider-Man to move by a weekend, I can see that happening. Or they might release it on a Tuesday like they did with Far From Home, which was a Tuesday release. But that was a 4th of July American Independence weekend also. But someone also told me you need Spider-Man to come out before the kids return to school in August so that they can buy the merchandise. That is that news item, but there's another one related to Spider-Man and Daredevil and the rumors there that I gotta hit you with before we leave, coming from Nerdist. Charlie Cox addresses those Daredevil and Spider-Man brand new day rumors. Let's just skip to the quote. He says, "Well, I don't read anything, so I don't know what fans are saying online. I know that they all think I'm in Spider-Man because I'm filming something in London, which I'm not. I'm not in Spider-Man. I'm just concentrating on Daredevil right now." Great quote. Great lie. Awesome.
I thought, from my understanding, the interview didn't even ask him anything about Spider-Man. He just brought it up.
I just like lying. I like keeping the secret. And then when you get busted on it, no one goes, "You're a liar and you should lose out on opportunities because you lied." No one said that to Andrew Garfield when he lied. He struggled to lie.
It's the brain patterns. Vision's brain patterns are based on the brain patterns of Wonder Man. That's why they are have such a close connection between the two of them, and end up in that includes obviously the entanglement with Wanda. So they're doing that in the MCU.
Do you think that the brain patterns of Ryan Coogler were close to the brain patterns of Chadwick Boseman? That's why he can't recast him?
Maybe.
Because that's what's next. Final thing, see more on Facebook. Thank you to Danny, Road to Wisdom, for sending me those pictures. We've got Damson. We've got Teyana Taylor at a Vogue fashion event with Denai Guerrero, who plays Okoye. Ramonda, she's dressed back up as the Ramonda. Is that Tyler Perry back there? Cynthia Erivo here? Looks like Cynthia Erivo. Looks like Tyler. Yeah. They got all the guys. And I got to refresh my page. Ramonda was there, and Damson Idris was there. And this man is rumored to play T'Challa, and you guys all talked to us about it. And the short, I will continue, but my opening statement is that T'Challa has not been recast. And Kevin Jeffrey Feige said that I will not recast the character. He's been banned from X-Men 97. He doesn't appear as a voice actor. The writer for Marvel Zombies, Brian Andrews, explained that Marvel wasn't ready to do it. And so this means nothing to me. We just got a super chat that just came in, and I know we're probably going to go like 20 minutes without addressing it. So let's get to the super chat.
Running through these checks till I pass out. The shorty give me neck, was cash out.
And if you Damson Idge, and if you're the child, get out of my Wakandan house.
Is that who is Did you see that one comment?
There's a comment that just came. Well,
Well, go ahead and do that one.
Yeah, $5. Subscribe to the Spoiler Kings. We have. They are a lot of people. There are a lot of people in Brand New Day right now. This is crazy now. Daredevil, Punisher, Punisher said he's in it. It's happening. Spider-Man, of course. Whoever Sadie Sink plays. Whoever the villain ends up being. And they even said Zendaya's going to be back. We don't know the length of her role, but it's probably like, yo, give my wife a paycheck or fiance. That's 6 characters there. They say Scorpion's in it. They say there's going to be like a jailbreak, and they say a whole lot about this movie. So with Spoiler Kings, with Brian, Tank, or Brandon, whoever wrote this message, with them saying that there are a lot of people in Brand New Day right now, this is crazy now. There needs to be more. I needed to also connect to Doomsday. I can take it. Extend the length of the movie. It's Spider-Man. They'll make their money back. Extend the length. Do as much as you can.
The hype is still not there, as far as No Way Home hype.
So they haven't announced the right character. Like Punisher wasn't the hype-inducing character.
No. I just mean, like, I don't know. You know, I think Spider-Man's going to do what Spider-Man's going to do. Obviously, Spider-Man. However, like I said, that hype for No Way Home, man. I just don't. We're not theorizing like we were. Like we're not paying attention. Like, do you remember people were pausing and doing slow-mos of the trailer? Like, no, look. I bet they erased the 2 other Spider-Men right here. Like, people aren't doing that for this. People aren't. It's just not I don't know. It's not the same height. Maybe we're not close enough.
Yeah.
Maybe
when they do the trailer, we'll get there.
But I even feel like with No Way Home, we were there before. Like I said, I have a video in my Snapchat memories that I have to fucking pay for now. But in my Snapchat memories,
and you pay for it, don't you?
that when the trailer leaked, but it wasn't the full trailer. It was the trailer like where none of the CGI was done, anything like that. When that leaked online, I remember recording it because I was like, I have to film this because it's gonna be down. And my reaction to that shit is insane. It's insane. It's like I remember, bro. It's insane. So it's just like I don't see people doing any of this stuff for it right now. But maybe it's just because we're not close enough.
Yeah, when a trailer happens, we'll do it. So respect to that. Thank you to the Spoiler Kings. Subscribe to their channel. They post. They have a one battle after another movie review that they've put on their homepage. I
use my Snap for my Snap memories. I don't ever want to lose my Snap memories. My Snap, because it tells you. So when I don't know if anybody else has gotten the message, but mine gave me the message like, okay, I can pay for ... And then it said that I have Snap memories that go back to 2013. So yeah, I don't want to lose. Like that's a lot of. Again, I coach AU basketball. That's countless weekends with my boys. Memories gone. No.
Let me know which apps are appropriate. Like, is it okay to have Tumblr? Is Reddit no?
I haven't heard
4chan is a no.
I haven't heard Tumblr in forever.
Yeah, is it okay that I didn't uninstall Vine? Like, why is some social medias better than others?
Well, Snap has just kind of died. Snap is not. It's not what it used to be.
Okay.
Or maybe it's because we're older. I don't know. Do kids?
It depends on your community. Some people are like Snapchat people. Like to some colleges, if they see a girl, they don't say, "Can I have your number?" Because especially because girls don't want to give out their number and stuff like that. Because you can't change your number the way you change your username.
There's that. You know, let me get your Snap.
Yeah.
There's that.
Or Instagram or Vine or TikTok or all the other ones.
No, if you say let me get your Vine, whoa. but for me again personally, it's my memories, man. Yeah. It is my memories.
And if they keep your memories for 12 years, every app, Facebook, remember when we were just posting albums for no reason? Like, I hope this gets likes. I hope I can have friends. I was one of them. I hate all the content I've ever put on every social media now.
Why?
As like the real person, the chillmonger stuff, obviously, you know, it's the name of the game. But I hate all the personal details I've ever put. You know, get a new job, getting a new the internet doesn't need to know that.
I don't do that shit no more. I used to do that as well. Like I actually, it vexes me. My mother vexes me on Facebook. I'm like, Mom, stop posting so much.
Yeah.
They don't gotta know that. Like, and I hate when they tag me in events that I'm not at. I'm like, no, don't tag me. I'm not even there. Like, I don't want those. Now I'm getting all the people that are commenting notifications. Yeah, so
hey,
I wish I could pull up my old MySpace though. I do. If I could pull up my MySpace from middle school, that would be some shit to go through. But yeah, anyway, let's talk.
Shout out to MySpace too. Yeah.
Talk about damn
and fan base. Fan base. That's a black owned.
Never had. I know of fan base. Fan base is currently active. Is it not?
Yes, it is. Yes. Isaac Hayes is the third. It's still looking for donations on Start Engine. I tried, but I don't think it worked in Canada when I tried. I'll try it again. That was like last year though. I'll try again. I still get emails from them, but like, yeah, you can be an investor. Anyways, we're here for the Black Panther, and I'm gonna start this topic over again. We might clip it. So, all right, everyone, the Black Panther news. The picture taken with Damson Idris over on Vogue. This is all over the internet. Queen Ramonda's there. Tiana Taylor was there with Denai Guerrero also. There was freaking Tyler Perry in the audience. There was Cynthia Erivo in the audience because Vogue had a fashion event featuring these two actors. One of them dressed up like Queen Ramonda. And I think this is a non-story. I think that Kevin Feige told you that we will not recast the character. I've got the clip.
His portrayal of T'Challa the Black Panther is iconic and transcends any iteration of the character in any other medium from Marvel's past. And it's for that reason that we will not recast the character.
Since then, we didn't see him in X-Men 97. He couldn't be voiced in Marvel Zombies, or I think a video game was canceled. There's been so much shelving T'Challa that an actor next to Queen Ramonda in the get-up at a fashion show means nothing to me. When Kevin Feige does a 180 from the statement, we will not recast T'Challa, then I'm going, yeah. In fact, this actually makes me not believe that it's going to happen because they're all about their secrets. Why would they ever let it be known during an event that Marvel doesn't even like have the rights to or anything that Damson Idris is going to be T'Challa? This is the type of thing that they would keep secret. And they get on Mark Ruffalo and all the other guys who let things out. Why would they ever allow this to be the confirming thing? There's actually more evidence to the case that he clearly isn't T'Challa, because if he was, they wouldn't do public events like this. Soft launch of the recast. So I think it's a nothing burger, and we throw it up to Oklahoma.
To be honest with you, like I said, I really, just in case nobody can hear me, I really, when I was getting tagged in this yesterday, I really didn't reply to many people or anything like that, and not because of being, just because as I've said, I don't have much more to say on this conversation until Marvel Studios gives something. As Chillmonger said, and this is why this is the first point that I figured after I saw the pictures and did some research on finding out that it was a fashion show event. I was like, okay, this has nothing to do with Marvel Studios. On top of it, have nothing to do with Marvel Studios. Tiana Taylor's there, unless this is Marvel's way of telling us that she's a part of the Doras. Why is she there? I mean, there was a bunch of different things, but the overall thing for me is Marvel Studios has not said anything. Haven't said anything. Are they going to say anything? Probably not. Probably not. It'll probably be one of those things where you sit down in the studio, or sit down in the movie theater, and then it's like, oh, he's there, or oh, he's not. I don't see T'Challa being the talking point of the press conference or press tour of Doomsday. I don't see him being the talking point of the press tour for Secret Wars. So there would be no point of them discussing him at all moving up to Secret Wars or Doomsday. The only thing that I've ever said about Secret Wars or Doomsday involving T'Challa was, if he is in it, then we would know something maybe from behind the scenes of blah, blah, blah. However, it does seem that Marvel Studios has even been crafty about that, as far as filming in secret locations or filming several different things or whatever. I don't know. Maybe he's in it. Maybe he's not. Maybe the stuff that came out in the concept art is true. Maybe it's not. However, reading the room for me personally, I sit in the same boat that I have remained in, that people don't like that I'm in. And that is simply that I don't believe he's in Doomsday. I don't believe he's in Secret Wars. And I'll take it as far as to say what I've been saying, but just for the sake of saying it, because I know a lot of you came here to hear our opinions, I don't believe he's even in Black Panther 3, but that's just me. I think he's dead in every universe. You got to remember, they just silenced him in Marvel Zombies while one of their very own that works for Marvel, somebody that worked on Marvel Zombies, went on to talk about how, I don't know if this is honoring what Chadwick Boseman wanted, but hey, they're doing what they're doing. By him saying that very real thing lets me know that they're aware at Marvel Studios of what Chadwick. Come on, y'all. They're aware. They're aware at Marvel Studios of what Chadwick Boseman wanted. If somebody like that is aware, you have to. They have to know. It's not that they want to honor Chad, or that they're not aware or anything like that, or that they haven't seen the interviews or anything like that. It's that they're choosing to do what they want to do. But some of you have just not read that yet. They're not. This is nothing more than him showing up to a fashion show event. It's as much as I would like it to be, oh, great, he's showing up and this is a soft launch, but it goes back to what Chill said. Why would this be a soft launch? Charlemagne made a very good point on Breakfast Club about this topic. five years prior to Chadwick Boseman becoming Marvel's Black Panther, he was on the Breakfast Club to where Charlemagne asked him about rumors, and he told him no, that was 5 years prior to him showing up in Civil War. So if that was a secret for 5 years, why then would the soft launch be at a non-Marvel Studios event hosted by Tiana Taylor?
It's not. It wouldn't.
So I hold the same hope. I want him to be in Doomsday. I want him to be in Secret Wars. Hell, I would love for them to do a 380 or whatever the fuck number it is that you do to turn around and wake up to be like, hey, let's even make him the, I don't know, main character again of his own fucking franchise and put him in 3. I just don't see that being the case right now. Again, he was silenced. They could have other people started waking up. They could have had somebody else voice him, but they said no, the best way for us to feel close to Chad is to silence him again. So I don't know. You tell me. Do you think he's in Doomsday?
Let's listen to Brian Andrews, and this is taken from the Phase Hero Brandon Davis podcast interview. It's like 3 weeks old now, but let's listen to what the writer said.
In episode 3, you pick up with where the What If episode ended off.
Yeah.
And obviously you have to handle the Black Panther stuff in a very delicate way. And I thought you did a really good job of that. I thought you gave T'Challa this beautiful send-off and credited him with saving the universe.
Totally.
How hard was it to come up with what felt right for that?
I think we were just pushed into that space, and that was like our really only option.
Wait, he just said, as you said, that's funny. We were pushed into this space. It's not him. It's like there's someone above him.
Yes. That's why I said after this interview, if it didn't become clear to some, like even Brandon Davis back there, I'm not laughing at anything anybody said in the chat or anything. I'm laughing at Brandon Davis when he said, rewind it really quick. What were his words? That was funny.
Very delicate way, and I thought you did a really good job of that. I thought
what are we doing? I thought 5 years later, I thought you guys handled a death that you guys, a fictional death of a guy that you really didn't even know. I never knew him either. I thought you guys handled that very delicate. What do we do? Like, it's just so fucking, bro. I try to avoid this conversation, but somehow every time we're on, I get pulled into it. It's so bizarre. I can't put my finger on the fictional connection they have to Chadwick Boseman. I can't figure it out. It's so strange. It's so bizarre. It's bizarre.
It is. And why was this ever greenlit? I have no idea. Oh, well, probably because he's not playing T'Challa. He's probably playing Toussaint a little bit older. That's probably why we got this of a Damson Idris looking character in the Black Panther getup. Not confirmed to be T'Challa. Let's keep listening though, because he says this. I think we were just pushed into that space, which again, Feige, Coogler, whoever. There's a higher up than the freaking showrunner guy, Brian Andrews. It could be Brad Winderbaum for all I know.
I think we were just pushed into that space, and that was like our really only option. I mean, it came, if memory serves, pretty crystalline. It's like, oh well, this has got to be how it is, because Marvel still wasn't ready to cast a voice talent to replace Chadwick.
Yeah.
Because Chadwick himself, though, said he didn't want to be the only T'Challa. So, if Marvel really wanted to, they probably, but they've already made their choices in the live action realm.
Right.
Which is why I think in animation.
There it is. He said everything in those last few seconds of what I've been hammering since my epiphany at my old house. I'm telling you, they're aware. They're it's not that, oh, we need to push the hashtag harder. They're aware of the hashtag. It's not that, oh, we need to do a T'Challa. They're aware of the hell, they've probably attended some of the T'Challa days. They're aware of all of this shit. They just don't care. As he said, they've already got it mapped out in the live action as the way they want to go. They're
in the live action realm.
Right.
Which is why I think in animation, I think it could be really awesome to see T'Challa again. Personally, I think that would be amazing, but hey.
In episode
they're aware. They know,
and he goes on
to know what they're gonna do.
He talks about why it would be perfect, it'd be seamless, and nah. But thank you to Brian Andrews for that. He probably got a phone call afterwards, like, I'm watching this stream of those problematic YouTubers who care about representation and their character returning, and you're supposed to be on the child bandwagon. Season 2 is canceled.
Season 2's canceled. Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, again, it's when I've said this before, and I'm not trying to make it sound like because I don't want a I was right moment. That's not. I'm not looking for that in this at all. But when you finally realize what they're doing, again, I've said this before, it doesn't make it easier. Like, I'm not going into Doomsday like, man, I can't. I'm ready for this. When it comes to the T'Challa stuff, because I know that they're going to do Wakanda Black Panther stuff. It's just not going to be my guy in that position. And I haven't,
even if it's Damson Idris, even if the best actor possible, even if he's hot off Children Bloodborne, hot off of F1, who cares if it's Damson Idris? The character isn't the character,
right? And that's what they're just. I don't even. Again, I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. I know some people disagree with me. I don't even think he's in Doomsday. I don't think you're going to get some portal moment where a T'Challa is going to walk out. You're going to get a Black Panther, probably.
Yeah.
But it ain't T'Challa that's walking out. Again, he just said Marvel, they're still not ready to they weren't ready to let somebody voice him for a few seconds. And that's animated. That's twice now you've been burned in animation with him. Twice. So now again, jump it to some of the stuff that we've recently read about some of these plot leaks. I think you and I read the Doomsday plot leak. They put Shuri in a. I think again, you're going to get a male Black Panther, but that's going to be when that portal stuff comes. But when it comes to the Black Panther that's going to represent Wakanda 616, you've got that. That's what they're telling you. I think I've said this before. You got T'Challa at home. That's what they're telling you. It's Shuri. Until you get to that third one where Ryan's story picks back up and it's whatever he's doing with the kid, your Black Panther representation is Shuri with your portal, Azuri, or whoever the hell comes through because it's not T'Challa.
Yeah, this is not T'Challa in the concept art. This is someone else.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because I think I've said this before. I've said it being funny before, but I think they've killed him in every universe. I think it's a nexus. So I think it's one of those events. He's dead in every universe. It's across the board.
He's the anchor being. How do we honor him? Well, we make his death memorable. Same thing with Marvel Zombies. His death is memorable. And then Brian Andrews says in that interview, guys, I wanted him to do something later on, like he would come back, but instead we did it with the Hulk instead. We were going to use the Infinity Stones to make him return from King of the Dead or some shit like that. Brian Andrews said that's what he was going to do with T'Challa, and he was shot down. And he mentions Coogler specifically. And I'll put that in here right now. I'm editing this. Live stream viewers have no idea what I'm talking about, but I put it in right now. So yeah, there you go. It's going to be a canon event that T'Challa dies in every universe, anchor, and all that stuff to honor him.
That's what I think. I mean, and that's just my opinion, but I don't see them bringing him back. I know people have said, "Oh, wait, the soft reboot." It
won't be that soft.
It's not going to be that soft, and I think we've mentioned this before too. Hello, Bo has mentioned it. I believe he even the writer here, director, whoever with Brandon Davis kind of just alluded to it. Who do they call? The Marvel Zombies people even talked about it. Who do they call?
Ryan Coogler.
So Coogler is in that realm of Marvel directors where he's like Matt Shackman. He's like Jake Schreier, but he's higher than them. You got to remember his name was floating around in the Secret Wars director talk.
Anything regarding a Wakandan character goes through his desk.
Goes through him. So therefore, when he picks back up, again, I've been saying this, bro, he's picking back up where he left off, regardless of how rebooted the universe is. My Wakanda ain't. The stuff that I did in 2022, that remains untouched. Shuri can participate and will participate in your Doomsday Secret Wars events and all that kind of stuff. Blah, 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 blah. If you even want to mention the kid, everything like that. But anything involving that story with those characters moving forward from where I left it off, I'm finishing that. I'm telling you, I've been saying this. It never made any sense to me for them to put so many toes down that they put on Wakanda Forever, just to turn around and say, never mind. The hell with it. All of our feelings and all of us telling you, even you got to remember, Lupita even told us to be quiet. Remember, they're aware. They know. All of that
is not changed by this photo.
Has not
at
changed.
A Vogue fashion show with Teyana Taylor directing it.
It hasn't changed.
Non-story. We hope you appreciate that. Subscribe to Chillmonger. Subscribe to Planet Fanatics. We do the afternoon woke up. Used to be morning report and chill out. Let's read. T'Challa is only alive in the comics. Barely. Yeah, I'm gonna read the intergalactic run.
He said barely.
Barely. POP. Hold it down. Is that the right?
That is it.
I can see out of my eye. Mama, I love you. Coogler owns the Black Panther. When DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry were on the team, when that video came up, they would like say it in the interviews, and no one picked up on it. And then there was some two wrestlers, the New Day. They were like, "We're about the power of positivity." POP, hold it down. And I'm like, I understood that reference. Yeah, they were funny. Fucking Xavier says, if they keep him out of the soft reboot, that will send a loud message to me about their feelings on the character. That would be the last excuse they could pivot around. Brother, we will not recast the character. You don't need more excuses. They're going to refer to Damson Idris as that actor. That's how much more clues do you need?
Yeah, man. I'm telling you. That soft reboot is the way I look at that soft reboot is, I've said this before too, it's soft reboot for some things. That's why it's a soft reboot. There's some of those things aren't going to be touched. Like, again, I think it's really more so just saying what James Gunn gets to say now. I've got all the pieces to the puzzle now. Now I get to play. But it's like some of those things are just not changing. Some of those things aren't changing. And I think Wakanda is just one of those things that's in the soft reboot that's not changing. There's other things that aren't going to change either, but Wakanda is one of them.
More of these interviews, more ideas, more confirmation that Ryan Coogler is the gatekeeper. We're getting more details and stuff. So yeah, as much as I don't want to talk about it and be redundant, I also know it's worthy of talking about. I know you guys are here for that. So that is our coverage of this. And as we always say, that's the last time we're going to talk about this stuff. Like, how many more news stories can, regarding recast T'Challa can there be?
Oh, yeah. I will share this, too. I didn't share this.
What?
I did not share this. This was my fault. I didn't share this. I didn't share this. I forgot to share it. I was going to share it, but I didn't share it. I guess it slipped my mind because it's not my position. I don't think this. But I did hear from my source on this after not hearing from them for forever.
Well, there's going to be an announcement at Comic-Con. You see, there was no Comic-Con. And then, okay, what did your source say?
Yeah. My source messaged me and said that the Damson Idris on Vogue is your announcement, by the way. They are wanting to see positive reactions from people.
Didn't he also tell us if you're truly cheering for Damson Idris, you're cheering for the T'Child? Like, what? I think he's trying to work you, pacify you, and I think he's an operative of Kevin Feige. I think he's Kevin Davis, whoever the source is. Yo, let me tell these guys a message that it's a soft reboot, guys. Do you believe me? You can't retroactively call this the announcement. Teyana Taylor was not involved in this Marvel Studio executive boardroom decision to make the soft launch of our T'Challa with Damson Idris. It's so very hard to believe. And kind of makes me go, yeah, you are just a person who wants to pacify Darius. Not me. I don't ever talk to this guy, the source. You just want to control what Darius says with the recast message and get your foot in the door, so to speak.
That's what I was told. So you have my feelings on it, Chill's feelings on it, and then again what I was told on it.
Anything more from the source? I kind of jumped in there.
No. However, I was talking with Tina earlier, and we both did watch that Breakfast Club deal. They did. Now, again, they could be lying or whatever, but they did reach out to Damson's team, and they said no, he is not Black Panther again, but they could be lying. So,
Damson Idris knows T'Challa is not T'Challa, so he won't take that job. I say that with confidence because Tina said it with confidence, so she's like, yeah, he knows you guys don't like it, so I think I'm.
She did tell me that too. She told me that as well. You know, the whole thing that he knows that people aren't into that. Plus, he's doing the Children's Blood and Bone. Tina did a video over it. Go watch Tina's video. She
dreads me.
Yeah, go watch Tina's video. Shameless plug to Tina.
Yeah, we're not streaming anymore. Go watch Tina's video. I'll put it in the chat here. All 50 plus of you guys who joined us today to hear us talk about T'Challa. I hope you guys are back. Are we streaming again tomorrow, roughly the same time, 2 Eastern?
Yes.
Yeah, come back and join us. We'll talk about other things, including like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Cross got an Amazon Prime trailer. Still haven't seen it. I've been waiting to watch it with you guys. Go check us out tomorrow. Don't just be here for the Black Panther stuff. We talk about other Black stuff like the Comic Shop on YouTube, which had like its 8th episode and it's finished now. You know, like the Kickstarter. We talk about things like that if you're into it, especially if it's a representation. We want to be that. We want to be like the other streamers we were mentioning today, the Grace Randolphs. We want to be that hub, the place you go to. And if you like what we say, if you like our sensibilities, you know, we're here. So thank you. And I'm just trying to stall to find Tina's channel. Hold up. Because I'm not using my keyboard. Talk. Sing a song.
Oh, you can go watch. You can go to our TikTok. Well, it's my TikTok, I guess. But there's it's Planet Fanatics TikTok. But there's I'm clipping things now from there to get new subscribers and viewers. So if you're one of those new people from TikTok that have commented on the video that it's on there right now. My tooth. I feel like I just pull this shit out. I want to get like one of those cartoons, get pliers and just yank it out. I don't understand. I watched a YouTube video on a root canal. They pulled out the nerve already. So I shouldn't be feeling this tooth. This should be dead.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
I can.
Y'all make sure to set the calendars for Black Panther Intergalactic. And since it was a topic, Static Shock. In the latest, in issue 3 of DC's like big history book, they made it so that the Milestone comic books that they relaunched 5 years ago, all of those comics are canon. Both Static Shock, there's like 14, 15 issues of them, are canon to DC. The Dakotaverse isn't some separate universe. They include them. Icon and Rocket, Icon versus Rocket, Icon versus Hardware. That's a canon comic book. So shout out to them, man. The Shadow Cabinet just recently came out from Milestone Media. Their next big move, I don't think there is a next big thing, but you can read Batman Beyond and Static having a crossover. There's some things that are moving in the Static world, in the Static Shock franchise. So like, let's support it, bro. Let's put an eye out on that. It's too late to pre-order issue 1 of the Batman Beyond and Static crossover, but you can pre-order issue 2. You can collect it off the shelves. Be the reason why this is a mainstay character. We can do what we did with Black Panther, with Virgil Hawk and Static. I think he's in a great position. You know, that cartoon from 20 years ago. We're all older now and have a little cheddar. Let's help.
Yeah, Christmas is coming up with that cheddar. If you want my P.O. box, you can send me some of the newest Marvel Legends that are dropping. I would much appreciate that over your super chats.
I got my wisdom pulled out. Felt that 4-6 days after.
It's not my wisdom. It's whatever. I don't know. Whatever this one is, that's like kind of close to the wisdoms, but not like exactly the wisdom.
Molar?
Yeah, it's a molar, I guess. I had to get a root canal in it, and they pulled the. I watched what a root canal looks like on YouTube, so I know what they did. They pulled out the nerve. I didn't know they pulled it out already because I wanted to see it, but they had already, I guess, disposed of it, and I kind of wanted it myself. It really kind of makes me mad. I had surgery also, and they told me I couldn't have what they removed. Why? Anyway,
So that they can sell the organs on the black market.
I wanted that nerve though, but
I wasn't.
they already pulled it out, so I shouldn't be feeling anything in this tooth. This tooth should be dead, but I'm feeling. They're going to put a crown on it and everything like that, but I feel it, and I shouldn't be. But it doesn't hurt. Like it's not hurting. Like it's like an irritating. Like, okay, the only way I can explain it is like if you know, like a kid teething, like my little sister, when she was a kid, she was teething. She had like this star that had like it vibrated, like had like a battery in it. It's where she bit down on it, it would like massage her gums. That's what I feel like I need. I need like something that I can just, but I also want to just pull it out.
So what? You're gonna have it stuffed?
Stuffed. Oh yeah, there's like if you can, I don't think you'll be able to see, but yeah, there's like it's blue. Like my tooth isn't blue, but I can see the stuff that she did. It's different than what she put in last time. So this right now that's on it is like the whatever the fuck to keep it whatever. But then when I go back the next time, they're gonna put the crown on it to where it'll be like the top of my tooth that looks like the tooth before she shaved my tooth down. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andre says it should feel better after you get the crown.
Really? Well, that's like some time because she wants me to get my 2 wisdom, which I don't need them pulled. They fit comfortably in my mouth. Listen, I wasn't a kid with acne. I wasn't fat. All my wisdom teeth fit comfortably in my mouth. I wasn't one of those, I didn't have to go through a lot of shit as a kid. I don't want my wisdom teeth pulled out. I don't have to get them pulled out. The only reason she wants me to get them pulled is because they are too close. It's so close to another tooth that she needs to work on or something like that. So she wants me to pull them out. So until I get them pulled out, that's the next time I go back, which would then be the crown. I have to schedule that myself. I'm really not trying to have my wisdom teeth pulled out. I talked to the doctor that she referred me to, and he's like, "Oh yeah, just let me know what day works for you." That was 2 weeks ago. Okay, I still haven't talked to that man. Not looking forward to that. That would be out for like what, 2 days or something.
I think if you got another opinion, I think I have a hunch. The doctor would say, or the dentist would say, "Wait, they wanted you to remove the wisdom so they could work on the other? That's just a dentist being lazy. They just want to charge you." That's what they'll tell you.
Maybe. It's not charging me. It's free. My healthcare covers that. It does not cover my root canal, which is insane. It's it's a used car, which is it's insane. Yeah, it's a used car, like from like a not like a from a used car from like a family member. That's like not that much, not double digits.
Who knew Pookie Wood was 45? At 45, one of mine just went super shaky. They all fit in just well. My siblings got theirs removed as kids, but I need to. I don't think people are 45 when they watch us or older. I think they're like 20s, 30s, 45.
No, there are a lot of people that are older that watch us. One of them used to be a consistent donor.
Michael Nemo.
No. Yes, Michael Nemo.
One day, Michael Nemo, who consistently donated, and we appreciate him even to this day. I have no problems. But I was talking to Darius about the Mandela effect, and he was like, "What's the name of that thing?" I was like, "Don't worry about it." And then someone said the Mandela effect, and I said, "Yeah, but we're not going to remember Mandela as that." Like, I didn't say this, but I should have said this better. This would have sounded better. The Mandela effect is 27 years in prison, revolution, advocating, never bending over, capitulating on the stance. Even when they were trying to get him out of prison, he was like, "No, I'm not going to agree to these terms. I'm going to talk about how violent resistance is justified. I'm not going to soften or anything that's the Mandela effect." But to memorialize him and have this phrase referencing the time where news and everyone was reporting he was dead, or everyone thought he was dead because all the African leaders died. Everyone dies. Malcolm dies. Thomas Sankara dies. Freaking Patrice Lumumba dies. He's dead. I don't want to use the term Mandela effect in that way. So he sent a super chat that day. He was like $10 super chat. I remember, and I was like, "Do you want me to invalidate your experience? Like, what do you want me to say to that? Because I still disagree, but you also spent $10 to tell me."
Yeah, but
Mandela was being
I told you
reported as
backstage, you should have just indulged his ass and just been like, I don't agree, but you went on after you said I don't agree, you said more. And you should have just stopped at I don't agree, but thanks for your $10.
I don't know. I don't think I'm wrong for speaking my mind. I'm never wrong for speaking my mind and expressing myself.
I don't think so either.
But he was a frequent donator, so there's the financial, and he hasn't messaged me or Instagram me or anything he used to do often, and I'm like, I hope I didn't hurt him or anything like that. Obviously,
but it's so funny because Chill messaged me. Well, actually, no, he didn't message me. It's when we got backstage right before his show, and he goes, you remember Michael? You remember Michael Demo? He's like, "You think I ran?" I said, "Oh yeah." Before he even said it, I said, "You absolutely ran him off." But
I know, I get it. Chill messed up the bag. I understand that, but I didn't throw an insult, name call. I just disagreed, and I said that that's part of white supremacy. That the news organizations were reporting on the Mandela's death falsely. Even if you lived through that experience, it doesn't mean we should call the Mandela effect what we call it. Let's have another term for it. Oh, I had a false memory. We don't got to call it the Mandela effect.
Oh, I'm not even because we were on different sides of that one. So you have that one. For all we know, Michael Nemo could be watching every stream.
All love, no strong hatred or anything. How am I gonna be mad? Oh, you stopped giving me money. That's entitled.
Michael Nemo, just so you know, I advocated for you. You do not have to donate to both channels when you send super. You could just send it to Planet Fanatics and direct your questions to me. I will gladly answer them.
Yeah, we'll still do the dances.
Wonder why she like me, bitch. I'm drowning.
Planet Fanatics is taking your money. I should have said that all with this on screen because we lost a few viewers. We don't care about that YouTuber drama. Yeah, I know. But I bet you'd care about that YouTuber drama if I talked about, others. Shallow ass viewers.
If I talked about MT, that's my imaginary beef. Josh's is with James Gunn. Mine is with
Josh's imaginary beef. I thought you were gonna go somewhere else with that one. Yeah.
No. My imaginary beef is with Master
MT?
Entertainment.
He does videos on heavy spoilers. He still does. He feels like he covers black stuff more, so that's commendable. But guys, just wait. We will recast. Okay.
I saw his condescending tweet, a quote retweet with this, trying to be sarcastic.
Okay, let's not leave. Let's see. I got 10 minutes left. Hold up. Let me find it. He had a tweet about this. What?
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get inner engagement today." What the hell did he have to say?
He unblocked me because he had me blocked. So, because on my channel I have a video with his face on the thumbnail. And it was it's around that time he blocked me, but he unblocked me. I want Up to Task to block me.
No, they like the engagement. They like going back and forth. When did he tweet this?
It should be up there.
Yeah, but he tweets frequently. This is from 21 hours ago.
There it is. There it is. Let's say it couldn't have been.
So he says, "Oh, shh, is it happening?" With eyes. Nerdstradamus watch. Huh? Nerdstradamus watch. Oh, because he predicted that it would happen. Yeah. So he's like the Domstradamus. What's the word? The term? Nostradamus. When you predict things, you're the Nostradamus.
Yes. And I'm just like that. I wanted to say something, but I was like, okay, no, I'm not gonna. I don't want to get reblocked, or maybe I do.
He wants you to say something so bad so that he can fire up and get, because Twitter does pay for that engagement stuff.
I don't think he's gonna do that though, because I called him out on the whole comparing it to the Migos.
Who remembers that though? Who sees that though? He's not gonna look bad in front of his audience for that.
I quote retweeted him. I said, "You're a weirdo ass nigga." With some other things.
With he didn't say honey anything. Sauce. Mastertainment, honey sauce, biscuit tasting ass bish. Okay, that's our audience. I didn't say that. Matt MT, I don't want YouTuber beef. Keep it with him. He wants all the smoke. See something, say something.
See something, say something. Stranger danger.
That's what they say at the transit when you take the subway in Toronto. You see something, say something. Yeah.
Don't
Go
shoot.
Blue Jays.
I'm just the messenger. The Thunder. Their fans are excited. They're having a good season so far. I think they're 4-0.
You know, Comics Explained also had a tweet kind of optimistically, like you never had a position on recast, but it was nice to see him.
But see, I guess when I first started YouTube, some of the people I looked up to, you know, from like that I got inspiration from to start a channel. Like I think not that I know them, because I don't know Rob, never had a conversation with Rob or anything like that. But I think it's because of his lack of
advocacy
for certain topics that has given me pause and pushback on him. So when he said that, that's why I was like, okay.
Yeah, he'll say he loves the Blue Marvel, and then he'll say like why it's a good story and stuff like that. And I can kind of see that though, like merit based. You know, you're not making this just because he's black, but maybe he really just does like the story, and that's why he wants to see Adam Brashear adapted, and that's why he likes it so much. He just never says so. But there's benefit to also never mentioning the black part. I get it was hard not to do that with Adam Brashear, but I get it. It's like so that you're not roped into there's the bias, there's the pro-black bias. So it means something. So this is what I meant when it was optimistic. Please, for the love of God, yes, if you question Damson's acting abilities, you need to see Snowfall or F1. That sounds like he would be okay with T'Challa. Again, guys, this is not confirmation he's playing T'Challa or even actual T'Challa. It could be Toussaint aged up or all the other substitutes and knockoffs and stuff. So it was good. And then someone tweeted something and he quote tweeted them also. Where is it? Someone said it in like French. I can't find it anymore. Never mind. That'll be today's stream.
Got a super from I Am Too Fly Cam.
Did we?
They shooting. Made you look. You a slave to a page in my rhyme book. Getting big money. Playboy, your time's up.
Getting big money. I Am Too Fly Cam. He says support. Favorite scary movie. Not the Scary Movie franchise. Favorite scary movie? Wakanda Forever, bro. That was scary. What is my favorite scary movie? Go you first. You know more.
You don't even like scary movies.
No, I know. But there's probably something I could think of.
My favorite scary movie. My favorite, because I do like my horror. Man, my favorite scary movie. Gosh, I don't know. That's tough. I'm a big paranormal fan, so those are to me the best scary movies. Maybe The Haunting in Connecticut. That's a good one, but the first Conjuring is really good.
Megan.
Yeah. Megan's
Get
not
out.
horror.
Get out. Get out. Get out.
Okay, I'll give you Get
I'm
Out.
looking for the keys. I'm looking for the keys. You're not gonna get the keys. Oh, scary. You know.
I'll give you Get Out. Probably, I don't know. Like I said, paranormal stuff for me, but I'll go with The Conjuring. That's really just not it, though. But for the sake of time, I'll be nice and go with The Conjuring.
Pop, I wouldn't ignore everything just because he had a white wife. Sinners, nah, because I don't think it was scary. There was moments of tension, but I wasn't scared. Like Get Out scare.
You know what else isn't scary? So I never had saw the original Black Phone, but everybody was ranting and raving about Black Phone 2. I was like, well, let me watch Black Phone. Great movie, just not scary. And then that second one, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I was like, oh, I didn't know this was where we were going. But some of these other horror films that I didn't like The Conjuring 4 or 5 or whatever the fuck.
I got Undertaker as my favorite scary scene.
Undertaker.
Yeah, the Undertaker, bro. He'd be buried alive, still come back. Undertaker.
Is this a wrestling thing?
Yes.
Is this the dude in the trench coat and the hat?
Yeah. He had a streak and all that.
With like sometimes white eyes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How did we get to him?
Because I was going to segue to this video where they asked Dr. Umar about how he's got the Undertaker theme underneath him. And he's like talking about the clip. And then somebody at the end of this, you can read the words, right? He's talking, how fun it is and everything. And he's like, you like being associated with the White Grim Reaper? They asked Dr. Umar that. And then he just death stares him. The audio's not playing. But
wait, why is the audio not playing?
I don't know. I did something wrong.
No, I kind of wanted to hear his take on that.
I DM'd it to you, so you can see it. I had to DM it to myself to find it. Anyways, thank you. Masked Kane. Oh, when he unmasked Rob Van Dam match. Oh my god, yeah.
Masked Kane.
Kane used to wear a mask because his face was burnt by the Undertaker. Yeah. Kane.
But burnt as a part of the act.
Yes. Burnt.
Okay. I don't. You have to tell me sometimes. Like I said, my cousins watched all this. I just know The Rock. You smell what he's cooking, and he had the action figures.
Peacemaker.
I don't remember ever seeing that man when I was a kid. Ever. I didn't know who John Cena was until movies.
Shoot.
Honestly, I remember The Rock, and I know The Undertaker just because of the get-up, and maybe some of the others. If you were to say something,
what do the 3 H's stand for in Triple H?
I don't know. Hell hath no. I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
Oh boy. Do you know any female wrestlers?
No. Besides Ronda Rousey, is she a wrestler?
Yeah, she got into the wrestling ring. She wasn't, but she started wrestling. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ronda Rousey. That's it.
Yeah,
and what's her name that sued Lucasfilm?
Gina Carano never wrestled. She was always Ultimate Fighting.
Oh, what is Ultimate Fighting? Are
they mixed martial arts?
They're actually hitting each other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's one of those girls.
Mixed martial arts. Blair Witch at the time was scary. Was it scary?
Blair Witch at the time, yeah.
X-Files theme music was scary.
Another one that's actually kind of It's not scary, but it's one of my favorites. It's like on that mystery UFO alien stuff, The Forgotten. Have you ever seen that? That is. I mean, it's older, but it's not older. It's like early 2000s, but it's great. Great fucking movie. UFO alien stuff.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah. Do you smell what the rock is cooking?
That joke was stone cold.
Steve Austin.
Yeah, you got it.
Ha! See, I know some things. Yeah. I only know that. And I don't even know what he looks like. I just know that name because it's a name.
Don't I have like a super chat with Steve Austin? Don't I?
No idea.
Did. It's gone.
No idea.
I'll put it back in rotation.
What else I never saw? Were there black folks out there doing this?
Booker T, Mark Henry, The Rock, Kofi Kingston, Bobby Lashley.
Rock.
His dad's side. Don't do the Marcus thing where now you're gonna.
I'm just saying he's another hat wearer, but okay.
No, I'm with you. Like he is 51% Samoan. Like I hear it, I see it, but I'm not gonna discredit it. But are there black wrestlers? Those are the 6, 7 who've won the championship.
What's his name that wrestled with Hulk Hogan?
White, black.
Mr. T.
Yes, he had a tag match. He was from the A team.
And I only know that because his daughter does stand up and it's in her routine.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, well.
We out. We appreciate you guys.
Is the outro on here? Or is it
there's an outro. I wonder which one we'll play though.
It better be the one that's supposed to play. Otherwise, there's been some tomfoolery.
You can just stop it. We can click on it a second time if it's not the one that's supposed to play. Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a friend. Oh, yeah. Travel down the road and back again. Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh, yeah. This is my part right here. Ooh, if I did the biggest gift, the biggest. Thank you for being my friend. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah.